Hey, Marco, you ready for the totally awesome, coolest show ever?
Yeah, before the whole Marco bit, I just want everybody to remember, lions, they don't concern themselves with the opinions of sheep. Kings don't fight peasants either. All right, we can start now, Pete. What's going on? Oh, man, is my headset off today? I don't know what's going on.
You switch
The old ice pack on. I caught some nice fish the other day. It's great to be me. Yeah, fish. You live off a lake, you got to fish.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I suppose so.
You suppose so. If you did it, you'd love it, man. It's nice.
Yeah, it's too much waiting around time. I'm too twitchy. I don't know if I could relax.
Well, you must not be good at fishing.
No,
well,
never said I was.
Catching at least. We're going to change some stuff around. We talked about it. We said we kind of had some plans. Most of you know that we didn't quite leak the fact that CGC was going to do on-site grading at Baltimore.
We did not leak anything. We leaked nothing on this show. There's no leaking.
Breadcrumbs.
So prep for that, since we couldn't do anything, we've been doing this little game to kind of spread some time. However, we're going to take a little break from that, or maybe we won't, but I think we will.
Well, I got the results. We can go on the results of our...
Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to finish that up. But we're actually going to do this new thing. I've talked to Sean. For those of you who've watched long enough, you know me and Sean sell comics together. And we are going to present you some of the books that we are going to submit at CGC. And Pete's going to do the same. And we're going to go over them. We're going to show you certain books. We're going to say what our grades we think roughly will be after pressing it. Now I'm going to show you some that are non-pressed that I bought this week. Just 2 or 3 every week. And then we're going to go through it. And then by the end, we're going to have you guys make some decisions. We're going to have you guys do some guessing. And maybe even afterwards, if you put the guessing down in the show after it's done, like on the outside, come back to the show and put it again. Maybe if you're at Baltimore and you do that, we might give you a nice prize or something. Because our plan is to reveal it at our table, because we have a booth table at Baltimore. So
we do.
If we get our books back in time, does that make sense to everybody? Did I explain that properly to everybody? We're going to be submitting books. We aren't going to look at the on-site at CGC at Baltimore. We will not be looking in to see what the grades are. We will blind pick them up, or I'll give somebody my receipt to go pick the books up so they can double check it. They will bring it back to the table, and then we will reveal some of the books there and what the grades are.
So live. The grades will be revealed live.
They will be revealed live one way or another.
You won't know what the grade is.
We'll not know
on the channel.
So we're going to do that. So we're going to present you with some of the books. We'll talk about some of the books, and we'll actually show you some of the old grades, where they could get us and how they could get us now. And then, like I said, they're going to braid in. We're probably going to do, I'd be surprised if we didn't do at least 30 to 50 books that we're going to submit, probably, because it's typically what we do.
I have no idea what I'm doing yet.
But yeah, and I have a very interesting one. I picked up some stuff from Gem City. We're going to go over that. And I picked up something very interesting. Hold on. I need to get back into, give me a sec. I wasn't ready, Pete. I wasn't in market mode. And because I'm the greatest comic book person of all time, I picked up some dope ass comics from Baltimore, and we'll be going over there to explain to all you peons how this type of shit works. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. So we're going to do that. So that's going to take up a large amount of time. Just wanted to get that out of the way real quickly so that you can understand what we're doing. Sorry we had to hold some stuff back. We're probably going to have more stuff we'll reveal later. We just try not to tick off our friends.
No,
we're not drama type comic creators. So. Yeah. So like we kind of tell you what we can when we tell you what we can. We drop a little hints we can. So for all those people that the next day, right around the hour, we might have told you to check in on something and you got an email or a ping, good for you. Hopefully you all booked early. GTK Comics. Hi, thumbs up. Thumbs up. Marv, what up? What up, bruh? What up, bruh? Derek.
It's been a minute, Marv. Yeah, nice.
No, he's been coming in a little bit later, but he's been here.
Okay.
Hey, Matthew, you're gonna love this, dude, because I actually took pictures of these books that I bought so that you can look at them.
I did as well, but mine aren't purchased. These have been in my collection.
Probably not as well, but what's up, fellas? What's up, Joe? What? Pete doesn't have a hat on? Oh yeah, Pete, you forgot.
Oh yeah, the chat's going nuts about your.
Yeah, I finally got the haircut, and I figured, well, it was still combed from when I went to work, so I threw the hat on.
AOA, thank you very much. Oh, I also have a very important news too that I have to tell you guys. AOA will appreciate this news, actually. GTG Comics, there's his IG. Matthew, there's his IG.
Jeffrey, I do clean up to go to the office because I do have an actual real job, too. Like, this isn't what I do for a living.
Dude, well, you don't like spend your whole day on the internet all day, and then
I actually
go to work.
I had a DA my hair. I had
in an office.
I had a DA my hair. Do you know what DA is?
DA.
A ducks. That's where you take the back of your hair, put it like that, and it flips up. So
that's what I had to get rid of because it was getting too long at the back.
I had to go see a client, and I was like, I got to DA this real quickly. What's up, Rennavision people? It's always good to have a Wednesday off. What's up, Jeffrey? Good to have you here. Damien / Bry / everybody that we love. Pete, you look like you're casting for the next James Knott.
I'm not a big martini guy, though. I'd rather just stick with the suds.
Hello, Marco and Dub. Hello.
Or bourbon. Which bond to bourbon?
All right. Hey, there's Jeffrey. Fonzo. Jeffrey Fonzo. There he goes.
Jeffrey Fonzo.
Oh, yeah, that's because it's Arizona Comics. I keep forgetting that's what that is. Your hair is loose. Let's look at this funny comment. All right, hey, what's going on, Eric? Blue Collar Dan. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening. So here's another thing, too. We've been starting to go over the comic books every week. There's a certain guy goes by the initials of BK. He always complains about the picks we have. I will just let you all know that I reached out to BK to ask him to give us a pick. He chose not to, so I called his mom, and she said he's grounded from the internet today. So I don't know if he's going to be joining us or not, but there you go. Thanks a lot for the pick, buddy. Ryan the Gray. What's up, Ryan? What's up, buddy? Other channels tell secrets. We just... Thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you, Sticks. Everybody trying to get me in trouble today. Okay. All right, let's get into. Hey,
Doug, do we get any more secrets if you tell the secrets?
I've been pretty good about.
That's what I'm saying. Your sources will dry up if you reveal.
Yeah, I mean, I've been pretty good about like tiptoeing around stuff. Most of the time, too, though. Let's be honest. Most of the time, people say, "Hey, man, you can't say it's from me. You can't tell the whole thing." Like I don't tell you when they're seriously, "Hey, you can't say a word." I don't say a word about it. But when they say like, "Hey, man, like you're not supposed to let anybody know this." But you know what I mean. Then I give you the.
I still think the breadcrumbs were.
Hey guys,
they were slices. I think we left slices over the last month or so. They weren't really much crumbs. You could have made a sandwich with the trail.
Yeah, I agree with that. But like, I mean, I was.
But just, you didn't say it.
I was just told not to say it. That's all I was told not to say. So, yeah, fair. All right, cool. Oh, hey, did you watch that movie, by the way, I told you guys to watch?
Which movie?
Iron Sky?
Oh
my
no,
God, it's fucking awesomely horrible, dude.
No, did not.
It is. There was two of them. That's what B. Smith wanted to talk about in the car ride, Doug.
About that movie?
So I said, did you ever see it? I said, no. What's it about? I am not going to tell you what it's about. Maybe we should have a watch along. Well, we can't have a watch along. Maybe people should watch it now. You can see it on Plex or something.
All right, I'll see if I can watch it for next.
What's up, Comic Chef? What's up? 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 Okay, let's get into news.
News? All right, let me run the thing.
The news you know. Oh my gosh.
So our top story this week, you know, a lot of times when there's movies and things out there, it's like based on, sometimes they'll be like based on real events, based on actual events, those kinds of things, you know?
Yeah.
Inspired by. Right. That's a good one. This one seems like this event was based on a movie. But I don't know if there's a movie about it, but there probably will be soon. Off the coast of Brazil.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
Are testing positive for cocaine.
Did you hear how? Okay, good.
There are at least 13 sharp-nosed sharks taken from the shores near Rio de Janeiro, and they have high levels of cocaine. And the concentrations are 100 times like what is normally in
Shark Week recently.
I think Shark Week. Yeah, it was just. I think
there was a whole. They did a show on Shark Week. I don't know if it was this year or last year. It was like cocaine sharks.
Yeah, I don't know if the Cocaine Shark is a movie, but I don't know. Like, what do you think? Like, what A month, 6 months, or a year? What's your guess?
Not even. Sci-Fi's got that thing coming out next week, bro. Coming out next. Hey, did you hear though? It's kind of gross. Did you hear what the two theories are on how they've got all coked up?
Yes, I did.
Well, let's a peek guess. Let's a peek guess. Pete,
yeah, what do you think they are, Pete?
What do you think the two theories are on how these things got all coked up?
Errant plane goes down. Errant smuggling plane.
Sure,
goes down
smuggling somehow. Yep.
So along with the couple of bodies that might have been in there, they had their kilos floating in there as well. Another option. Boat worried about getting seized. They're chucking stuff over the side, maybe.
That kind of falls under the same category.
But other than that, I mean, outside of that, I don't know. I don't think anybody's intentionally.
Anybody else?
Pulling up the sharks to do lines on the back end of the boat.
Dude, this is like a joke made for SNS, bro.
It's
feces.
true.
Human feces. Cocaine and human feces, and the shark eating like water that gets into like
they dump,
fecal...
flush the water into the ocean.
Yeah, you know how like people. I mean, it's like we had it. Like, yeah, I mean, there's lakes all the time. This is why, like, I don't. If you're a fisher or a hunterman, you got to kind of be a semi-environmentalist because, like, there's a lot of times refuge and people tie pipes that they're not supposed to other pipes. So apparently, part of the theory is that there is just fecal matter running into the thing, and the sharks are chowing down on cocaine poo pellets.
Cocaine poo pellets.
Or the fecal matter goes into the ocean, it dissipates, and then the sharks are swimming through that water. And then also if there's illegal labs where the stuff's being manufactured, then it gets kind of in the water as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking we see it before the end of 2024.
Yeah, that's what I was
thinking. Before that, I need to.
This holiday season from Sci-Fi.
What's going on, Cosmic One? No, Mamba? No. Hey, Ed. Hey, nerds. Yeah, right.
I think Sarath has the best. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
There you go.
Sarath.
James
or
Gunn.
Story King Shark.
Is he watching?
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
Look, he's pretending to read a book.
What does Terry Floyd guy say? Sharks don't. Lines of coke, they snort. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one, Terry.
Okay.
All right.
Let's talk about the box office this week. Any guess on what the box office movie is this week?
Well, Deadpool's coming out this week, correct?
Well, that's this week.
This week it's coming out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's probably got to be Twisters. Twisters was new. It's got to be new.
Was it Twisters?
It was
80.5 million Twisters. I mean, that's
a lot for a movie called
a 28-year-old sequel, right? So,
was there anything really out besides that?
That's the only new movie, right?
Yeah, it was all mostly kids movies too that were hanging around with Despicable Me and Inside Out.
The new.
Yeah, so it's a top domestic opening ever. So this is a very qualified statement for a natural disaster film.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
For your floods, hurricanes, perfect
the day
storms.
After Tomorrow was the previous record holder with 68.4 million in 2004.
I'll take it.
So
that was what, an ice age?
I thought it was a flood thing. Maybe it was an ice age. I don't know.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't. But Despicable Me, dropped a second. Inside Out 2 is at 12, and I believe I read that Inside Out 2 has now surpassed Frozen as the best animated sequel, the highest gross for an animated sequel for an animated movie.
No, Frozen 2.
So, yeah, I beat Frozen 2. Yeah.
Okay.
So Disney on Disney.
What did Inside Out?
Inside Out 2. Yep, it took the lead.
Interesting.
The one about an emotional teenage girl, huh?
It was pretty good.
No, just double checking what it's about. Just double checking what it's about.
That's what it's about.
Yep. The feelings of an emotional teenage girl. Just double checking. Just
middle
want to make
schooler.
sure.
It's a middle schooler now. So.
Oh, middle schooler. Sorry. Just want to make sure.
It's an animated movie. Yeah, animated movie.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
It's good.
Subliminally taking the shots.
It's no Descendants 4, but
oh yeah. Oh, was that the movie you're trying to make me watch Descendants 4? That shit was horse shit. Oh my god!
Well,
No. Hey, no, not capping at all. Literally, gave it 3 tries, maybe 4. Didn't make it 10.
It wasn't great, but I made it through.
I
didn't have a
clue what
choice.
the fuck it's. I still no clue.
I couldn't leave. I couldn't go home early. I had to sit through it no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, you could do something.
Yeah.
You could go fishing. All right.
It was a whole thing.
All right, let's talk about some other movie news this week. One of the big stories this week that we got was the trailer for the new Joker movie.
I can't get excited.
I think if you were, this reminds me a lot. Did you have something else, Dub?
It's just all I was gonna say was the previous one was the highest grossing R-rated movie in history.
Get that.
And this trailer had a lot in it, but really didn't tell you anything. And then it's gonna be a lot.
I didn't even watch this trailer. That's literally how disinterested I'm kind of in for this.
I did. I watched the trailer. It was a trailer.
I just don't. It's like I was talking about buddy at work today about The Boys. Like, you watching The Boys? I'm like, nah, I'm kind of over it. Like,
yeah, so like that's
a while, but
that's kind of the point I was going to make. Like, if you want to, like when you were a teenager and like all of a sudden like a boob showed up in a movie, and you're like, oh, greatest movie ever. There's a boob in it. And you tell all your friends, and they're like, yeah, this movie's great. And then you go back and watch the movie years later, and you're like, wow, this movie was fucking tragically
if you were trying to find a way to besmirch Porky's, I'm going to be pretty upset.
I love Porky's. Porky's and Porky's 2 are some of the. Yes. They should be in the Smithsonian as 2 of the greatest cinematic movies ever made. So please stop. Hard pause. I mean, when they go to the girls' bathroom and then the what's her name? Yeah. All right. Absolutely not.
It's
Porky's
got a mole on it.
Yeah, it's got a mole. You want us to pull every. I don't think we can say it. I don't even think we can say what happened. No, stop. I don't think we can say what happens in Porky's because I think nowadays YouTube will just.
We can get a police sketch artist to identify the prick.
But I think it's like one of those things, kind of like when Luke Skywalker showed up for no reason in The Mandalorian, and people started the fake cry thing, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I forgot he did that.
And they're like, "Oh, this is the greatest because Luke showed up." And then the very next one, they're like, "Oh man, it's deep fake." Well, yeah, the first one kind of was too, man. So like, yeah, I mean, it wasn't. What are we talking about here? But like everybody, because they had because 1 or 2 people had made a, something great out of it. Cool. That I think it does kind of the same way. Like, oh, we gotta say it's great because everybody else does. But like, if you watch it, it's like,
again, the first one wasn't bad. I'm not saying the first movie was bad. I enjoyed the first movie, but it was not like an epic of.
That's what I'm saying. It's like seeing the first. It's like going to a movie that's PG-13 and a boob shows up, and then everybody goes in to watch a boob. It's like, oh, this movie's so great. It's like, okay, well, it was an okay movie. It wasn't great. It's one booby. By that point, you should have seen a real booby.
Yeah, because I got a lot of problems with that first movie, and I want to go digging up old stuff. But I'm just saying.
But I will tell you, I watched the trailer on this, and I wasn't like. I actually find this one a little. I find this a little bit more intriguing, shall I say, than the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, so
But then again, they didn't do any of the musical numbers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we didn't see any music, but so. This for me, like it's always like so. This is one of those things that I saw with the wife in the theater, the first one. So this one, I told her the trailer was out. And like I didn't even watch it because usually when a new trailer comes out, I'll watch it right away because I don't want someone to spoil it for me. But this one I didn't watch, and I told her later in the day, and she's like, "Oh, I want to watch it." So immediately stopped what she was doing, and she wanted to put it on. And so we watched the trailer. She's like, "Oh, I can't wait to see this movie," and I'm like, "Eh." She's like, "What? You don't want to see it?" I'm like, "It's okay. It looks fine, but I'm like, it's not really Joker." She goes, "Yeah, but it's supposed to be a what if." I'm like, I understand. I get it that it's not really, but she's still she wants to see it. So like, she's not a huge comic fan, but this is something that appeals to her, and also doesn't hurt that she's a Gaga fan. So that also.
I don't like Mark. Hold on. I don't not like Mark Hamill. I thought it was out of place with what they did with him, and obviously now
Hamlin. It's Harry Hamlin
or Hamlin. You know what I'm saying. Either way, he'd speak of Joker because he's the Joker. Either way, what I'm saying about it is it was out of place then, and guess what? They decided to do exactly what I told you they were going to do with it. They just made it out of place again because they tried to do the fan thing and then got rid of them. So, I mean, that's all I'm saying about that. As far as what you said, yeah, I agree. I guess. I mean, the trailer. I mean, it almost makes you think it's not a musical.
Mm.
So while I was watching this,
I guess it's not that controversial of them. I'm not that interested because I see a lot of comments that a lot of the guys aren't into this.
That's what I was telling you. I think it's like it's like sometimes the biggest mouths. You hear the biggest mouths all the time, but they don't say much of shit.
It's like, what was the biggest R-rated movie before this one? I think it was probably The Last Temptation of Christ. Like, were you really itching for the sequel to that?
It wasn't Deadpool?
I don't know. Maybe it was Deadpool.
No, I don't know if that.
I don't know what we're talking
about. Here, Arizona likes it. Jeffrey likes it.
Yeah, it's a split. It's a split crowd.
There's gonna be some people, but I mean, a lot of times too, when you're like, hey, you do know, like, this is based off. A lot of it was based off of that.
The first one was Taxi Driver, right?
No, it was based.
It was a mashup of Taxi Driver with a bit of King of Comedy.
I would say it was more King of Comedy than
it was a little more King of Comedy, but they tried to go for the Taxi Driver.
Yeah, a little bit, but I mean, King of Comedy, the guy was a psycho. I think people forget Jerry Lewis was a psycho too in King of Comedy.
Yeah, but I think more, but with the, I guess the odd romance angle that they're kind of going with there, that felt more like the.
Oh, okay.
The Taxi
Driver, but that was a smaller portion. Either way, it doesn't matter. When you say that, people are like, "What are you talking about?" Yeah. Most people that like this, which good for them. I mean, they didn't have. You don't have. You don't
that wasn't even my problem with the movie. My problem was that the Joker wasn't the Joker.
Yeah. Well,
he lucked into everything. Like, he just happened to get past things. Like, he just got lucky throughout the movie. Like, that's not my Joker. Anyway, let's.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care.
Yep. Just real quick, one last note. Folie à deux is the title Joker. Thank you. It means a shared psychotic disorder between two individuals. So I looked that up just to show you why.
Does it mean two parts are one?
Nope. That term is what that means. Is for the shared psychotic. It might mean other things.
I thought it was just part two of a silly movie or something.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
like Hot Shots Part 2.
So, all right. What, you mad that I besmudged French people?
You know what? Dances with Wolves won an Oscar too. Not Goodfellas, but Dances with Wolves.
What's wrong?
Not gonna let that go.
It's not Goodfellas. This is Sharon Stone. She will be starring in a movie opposite Bob Odenkirk called Nobody 2.
Dub, did you bring this one up?
I brought this up, to you guys, and I then it was funny because the next day I saw this story after I talked to you guys about it. It's been on the watch list for a little while, and the wife and I finally watched the first one, and then I thought it was a really good movie. I highly recommend it, especially if you're a John Wick fan. Watch the movie.
I was gonna say it's got like some John Wick DNA in it.
Yeah, it's the same director or same guy, writer. Sorry,
gotcha.
Kostad, yeah. So he did it. Good movie. Title. I'm gonna tell you. Watch the first one came out during the pandemic, so it was kind of. I think it was a hybrid release. But it still made 57 million. And this one's gonna come out next year, August of next year. This one comes out, and Sharon Stone's gonna be the villain.
What comic movie was she the bad guy in?
Catwoman.
Catwoman. That's it.
No way you did that. Are you joking?
What?
Okay. All right. Fair.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
No,
that wasn't the movie she was a bad guy. That wasn't the only movie she was a bad guy.
No, a comic movie.
Yeah, she's also a bad guy in Basic Instinct.
Well, that's not a comic movie. Well, they made a comic out of it, but
now it's a comic movie.
I was thinking comic. For whatever reason, I kept confusing her with Susan Sarandon in Blue Beetle for like a minute, and I couldn't place it. Plus, you see, Halle Berry just was taking pictures with cats this week too.
What?
Just out of nowhere, she was taking like nude pictures with cats, covering up the naughty bits. Just for 20 years of Catwoman. Speaking of Catwoman, I'm just saying, I saw an article about it, and I was like, "What the hell?"
I like Halle Berry's naughty bits. Anyways, all right.
Anyways, moving on.
Oh, she was awful in Casino, meaning the character was awful, not her performance. Like the character was just so annoying. Like
that's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah. So good. She did a good job in playing that role.
There's a trailer came out for a complete unknown is the name of the movie, and it's a Bob Dylan biopic. And this guy is starring in it. You may recognize him from such movies as Dune.
The Joker looked thin, but this guy
Is
looks
that who that
chunky
is?
for
That's
this.
Timothy Chalamet.
I thought it was the older brother
Charlemagne?
from Young Sheldon.
Oh,
Huh?
not the same guy.
I don't know. I just looked at him like he looks familiar, but like familiar in I don't know him kind of way. But
Yeah,
Chalamet,
that's him. Yeah, Timothy
Interesting.
Chalamet. James Mangold is the one that's directing this movie, so I know he's tied to a bunch of other movies too. But
I can't say AOA's comment, but I'll put it up. I don't know, was the bad guy. It definitely had Newman's attention.
All right, we got a couple things that we're going to talk about the movie coming out this week. So it was reported that Ryan Reynolds had to go and meet personally with Madonna. He had to go ask her for permission to use the song that we've seen in the trailer, the Like a Prayer. So apparently he said that song she doesn't license it. That song has never been licensed before, and they had to show her the part of the movie that it was going to be in before they got her permission to use that song. I thought that was kind of funny.
Did they have to go and ask Leon too? Oh no, he was just in the video, so I guess
She's still alive.
She is still alive. Yep,
still alive.
She was at the premiere of the movie last week.
Does she still have an English accent, or did she?
I think she lost that.
She's from the great state of Michigan, by the way. She should.
Right.
We don't have English accents here.
Yeah, she did only for a little while.
Yeah.
While she was maybe doing her British album.
Well,
she's also getting banged by Guy Ritchie.
Oh,
yeah,
right. That might be why.
That movie. Oh,
what movie was
Swept
that?
Away, was it?
Which one?
Swept Away, I think it was called.
I don't know.
Yeah, awfulness.
I missed that one.
You didn't miss much.
Yeah. All right.
I missed it too. So there's a couple stories about this.
Okay, hold on. No. How old do you think she is? Don't look it up.
She's probably like 65.
Oh, she got to be like 75.
Yeah, I think
65. She's 65? No way.
That's my guess.
He was in her 20s in the 80s, which were still.
You sure?
Like 40 years ago.
I thought she was like 50 when she was getting
came out in the 80s.
Dennis Rodman.
Yeah. So again,
63.
This comment applies.
Thank you, Jeff.
I think everybody is super old.
No, 70 plus. All right, there you go. Thank you. He is too.
No, that's
Jeffrey
a guess.
actually looked it up.
That's a guess.
Yeah, so I was right.
guessing.
That's my guess too. People die after 70. What the heck?
What do you mean people die
65.
after 70?
Now she's 65. People are looking it up. See, they don't even know. So don't give me a hard time. They don't even know. They're looking up. They don't know how old she is. She's like your grandma that doesn't have a passport, dude. You never know. She don't have a birth certificate either.
Okay, here you go. That's accurate. That is accurate.
Oh, Jesus.
Fair.
Oh, that's a wreck.
All right. What else we got here?
So we were told that this Marvel has planted fake leaks to protect some of the cameos and stuff. Which it was an interview with Games Radar. They said executive producer said that there may or may not have been some misdirections on the internet or in person to protect. So basically, they're telling you they're lying. People are lying. Before. Yeah, I mean, everybody has lied. Well,
it's not even that. Even the trailers, they've altered trailers in older movies to protect the surprises. Like, what was it, Endgame or Infinity War? They had the Hulk running in the background, but it was actually the Hulkbuster armor in the actual movie because they had to save that for the movie, kind of thing.
And and then they deleted the Spider-Man from the No Way Home trailer as well. Like you only saw you only saw Tom Holland Spider-Man instead of the other two.
I don't know. Tobey Maguire got bit by a spider, but me, it was a goat.
Who's the goat?
So you have the power of a goat and you bet all the time?
Boy, you just ain't there, Dub. You just ain't there.
I don't know what you're talking about. Let's just keep going.
So last week we talked about the Deadpool controller, and now we also have a Wolverine controller. So here's it's again, you can win it. So here's a picture of both of the controllers that they are
Wolverine's got pockets.
well, he does in this particular.
Kind of looks like pocket. I mean, it'd
Are
be a
those
weird
pockets or
place
just
to
made-
put patterns.
Dude, even my wife, she's like, "Hey, dude, are you gonna get one of those Xbox?" I go, "Hun, I think it's only one per thing."
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you have to
one.
win it.
Well, actually, it's two. You get the pair, I think.
But
Yeah.
she somehow found out about this too. I don't know how. She's
That's
like,
fine.
she thought it was hilarious. She's
all
like,
over.
they're butts. I was like, yep, they're butts.
Yep.
I still think they're be hard to play.
I think you have to win them.
You do.
Yeah,
do
you
have
can't
to
buy
win.
them. You can only win them. So before we leave this topic, I know we had a couple different Deadpool and Wolverine stories. My
This is
question
cool.
for
You
both
put it
of
in his
you,
boot. Put it right
um,
down the side of the boot.
what will the box office number be for this movie when we report it next Wednesday? I'd like to guess.
It's the biggest box. It's gonna be the biggest box office of the
183.
yeah. I'm actually not against the 180 in the 180s.
I think it's going to be higher than I saw some early projections based off of like the early pre-sales. It was in the 165 range. I think it'll do well to start. We'll see how well it holds up over time.
Are we
Like that
talking
movie.
worldwide or are we talking US?
I'm just doing US.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
report US. Yep.
That's I think somewhere in the 180s. I agree.
Yeah.
My
think they'll try to
guess
do
is
it.
200.
Mm.
That's where I'm gonna
Really?
go.
You think it'll crack two?
I think it'll crack 2.
I'll
Not
go
many have cracked two.
191.
Not many movies have cracked two.
No, but I don't know. For some reason, this one's just being. But you're probably right, closer to with the 185. With
think
the 185 feet.
I'm gonna go 191 in between both of you.
I don't know. Just feels right.
Two.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So the chats, everybody, nobody. Cosmic One thinks it's 425,000.
About 350.
Oh, 225. There you go.
Not
Okay, 225 Cosmic. About
350.
350.
350.
Yeah, this movie, obviously, I think it's going to be the biggest movie of the year, and it's going to definitely.
They're starting at like 3 o'clock tomorrow. 3 or
that
4
is true.
o'clock.
Yeah, I got a buddy going early. He's going early
Previews,
tomorrow.
like the Thursday night previews are at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Like,
Yep, I think
open the
we
shit
have
on Thursday,
tickets
then.
for
On
7
Thursday or on Friday?
Thursday.
Tomorrow
Thursday.
afternoon?
Yeah, tomorrow
What time?
afternoon there are showings.
Yeah, there's a show before ours, and then we have 7:30 tickets.
Yeah, I got work, so I got to wait.
I'm gonna
We'll go on Friday.
if I can get there early, I'm gonna take my clipboard and see if I can
Maybe I'll go.
pull
late.
the audience with some things.
Be the man on the street.
I'm gonna
Try.
try.
Get the pulse of the people.
All right, let's talk about some streaming. Yeah, they've been doing Jeffrey. They've been doing a lot of those Ghibli movies. I think Mononoke was in theaters like a week or two ago. Like there's every couple of weeks they're putting a movie
5
out.
billion.
So
Get out of here.
5 billion. Holy crap! I'm a Ghibli fan. I wish I could have seen. The only time they were showing the Japanese version of Mononoke was on Wednesday evening last week. I think it was.
Ooh.
So I couldn't go.
That's rough
I'm like
time.
I'm busy on Wednesdays. I can't. They had English showings, but I don't want to see the English version. I want to see the Japanese dub.
Ghibli's. All right,
Ghibli.
streaming news and TVs.
So, in streaming news, we got some confirmation from Kevin Feige that Nova is still a go. It's going to be a television show. It's going to have Richard Rider, and it's still about 3 or 4 years away. But it's definitely going to be. I put Disney Plus on there because I figured if it's going to be TV, it's probably going to be on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we got some stuff coming under the radar on this, and obviously this could project into 2 of my favorite projects, either Annihilation or Realm of Kings. Thank you very much. So I'm
You
extremely
just like
happy.
Dick Rider.
That's what you like. Let me finish it. And Pete was very excited because he got to say Dick Rider. He loves him some Dick Rider.
Well, some people out there just can't help themselves.
Hey, away. Get out of here.
Yep, I agree with you.
Out of
Roy.
here.
Look at this guy. He's got like a giant starfish on his face, and he's got like what is it like?
I don't like the shoulder
Little-
shoulder blades look at this time.
He's got the shoulder.
I'm more of a fan of the more streamlined Nova look personally.
I know the guy that talks about 3 round-headed turtles with the exact same bandana across their eyes, draw like fucking goobers, is not
Why'd you say
criticizing Nova.
3?
Oh, 4. I don't know. He fits. There's a storyline that fits in right into where Marvel is here, which could be giving us the space reboot Odyssey that we've been asking for a while, and that they've been promising us. The Nova, for those people that forget, Nova was supposed to be the link between Guardians of the Galaxy and the Space-averse, not multiverse, but the Space-averse that
Cosmic.
we were cosmic,
Cosmic.
the cosmic verse we were supposed to be getting.
Well, I hope they do. I hope it's a good story, and I hope they do it well.
I still want it.
I think you'll enjoy Nova. I think you'll be heavenly surprised.
I'll watch it when it comes out. I will watch it.
Plus, he's got huge glowing nipples.
Yes.
They're not saying that they're also not 4 deadly venoms. They're just saying that the feature is going to be.
Yeah, I mean that's what they're probably going to do to lead into other versions of him. So
well, they don't even have to do that.
Will come later.
Yeah, well, they're kind of moving off of the whole Young Avengers thing, from what they've been saying. So,
but they do lie a lot. So,
I kind of hope they leave off the Young Avengers. We don't need to go there just yet. Like, we don't have to rush there. We could
get New Warriors, and there's actually 2 forms of New Warrior at least we could get. But this also brings up another character I don't want to talk about anymore. I got it under there.
All right, you want to talk about Speedball from the Sharks?
No, not Speedball, but yeah, he's one of the New Warriors. No, but there's a famous scene with Speedball and Nova and another character, so we'll talk about that.
Okay, all right, we'll save it for later.
All right, here we go. So Prime Video, along with Disney and NBC, have now secured the rights to the NBA starting in 2025. NBA previously has been on TNT and TBS, and that's mainly where their games are. But now you're going to have Amazon Prime if you want to watch basketball.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, this guy on the right here, that's, everybody knows David Zaslav. And he's the CEO of WB, whatever WB is called these days.
They said they would match.
And they said they would, but they didn't. But
I think the NBA is a little bit, nah, we're cool.
Yeah, right. And now we're good. We don't want to deal with you. He said famously in 2022 that they don't need the NBA. So this is another project that
they've got AEW. What do they need? What do they need the NBA for?
I don't see how this guy keeps his job. Like, he just keeps he shelves movies, he throws stuff away, he gets rid of stuff, he changes names, he fires people, and he's still, he's obviously making money because he still gets bonuses. So yeah.
I mean, outside of the NBA, I don't know why else. Friends reruns? Is that why you watch TBS, I guess? Maybe.
Is Law and Order still on there? Is that
I don't even know.
I don't know what I can say, but I could say this. I think you're going to see a lot more dealings like this going on.
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
What do you mean?
I can't say anything else.
Streaming things?
Well, I mean, wrestling's already going to Netflix. And
No. I mean,
football's already made that dip their toe in the, hey, we'll do some games on Amazon only too.
Yeah, not the Amazon portion of it, technically. The whole
streaming. I know what you're saying, but
the whole bigger thing with the splits. So
what do we got left? Baseball and hockey?
Yep. Yeah, NFL's got their own thing. So now they're with YouTube mostly, right? The NFL package is all YouTube if you want to get every game.
See, all right, Cosmic. Now you're on to something. We start seeing
college football,
college sports now.
But there are things like that already. So,
well, that's true. Yeah, Big Ten Network.
Big Ten Network, yeah. All right, let's talk about another streaming service.
Dude, I get Prime just because I paid for the free shipping. I signed up for Prime for the shipping part of it.
Yeah. We were kind of talking about that the other day about the numbers and how Prime's numbers are is it really people checking into Prime, or do they have Prime because of the free shipping and they get that as an add-on?
Yeah, I remember it was
services to watch.
15, 20 years ago, I had just signed up for Prime shipping because I had to order Christmas presents. They're going to get here in time. Well, I guess I'm just going to sign up for some Prime shipping because I forgot to order some shit.
Yeah, like Netflix and Prime. Prime doesn't really reveal all its numbers for like Amazon Prime, like the TV, like the streaming service, but like
they got a lot of good stuff too coming.
But it's also tied in. So like they don't give their full membership numbers either. So, but you have to consider all the membership numbers that are
just because I'm just not into The Boys right now. The Boys is still very popular. A lot of people still watching it. I'm looking forward to Rings of Power when that comes back. Vox Machina. I can't wait for Vox Machina to come back.
The animated thing?
Prime.
Is that animated thing?
Wait, what is this trash?
What?
Nobody's asking for this.
So Rebel Moon, the director's cut.
Oh, yeah.
No, nobody. Not one fucking person. Huh?
I didn't ask for it, but if it's there, I might watch it.
So the director.
You must not watch Rebel Moon then.
I did. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it either. It just kind of was.
The director's cuts of the movies that shouldn't exist. Hollywood today will never make a high-budget R-rated movies like this. So he says. August 2nd, experience Rebel Moon the way I've envisioned it.
Wait,
you're the one who did it.
That's the question. Isn't he the one that originally did it with for Netflix, and now there's a Red Band trailer? And
what?
It's a director's cut. Like, why does he?
I don't understand. He's literally saying that Hollywood's not going to spend a big budget on an R-rated movie and premiere this thing the week after Deadpool 3 is coming out.
Yeah.
So he's going to come off of a $200 million opening weekend for Deadpool 3 R-rated movie and say Hollywood's never going to put out an R-rated movie. What kind of dumb thinking was that? They should have dropped this shit 2 weeks ago.
What the heck's Cosmic talking about? Yeah, no, they should just not drop it, period. He's the guy who came up with it. Why didn't he just do this? Why isn't this the version we saw?
To begin with? Yeah. What's the point?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
But like I said, I'm still probably watch it. In the same way I watched like that 4-part, like 8-hour version of Hateful Eight that was on Netflix just because we didn't need it, but it's there.
If you watch this before you finish Sandman,
I mean, come on.
I started Sandman up again.
Oh, thank God.
But I didn't. I'm not caught up at. But I did start. Okay. I did start up on my own. Yeah. I did start up on my own. I quietly did it the other day when I was working from home.
Good. Yeah, you need to finish that before you watch any.
I'll get there. I'll get there. Don't worry. Okay. I'll get there.
All right. And then in other Netflix news, they have optioned Dark Horse's comic Minor Threats. This came out a few years back. I think I read that there was multiple miniseries. Pete, is that correct?
Yeah, the new one just. I don't know if it finished. It was part 4 of the last part.
The new one going on
right now.
Well,
it's 4. This one was 4. So I
this week, today.
No, I don't think it would be ending because I read it. I don't think.
Okay, I don't know. I didn't get into it.
Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. No, it's not though.
I'm just getting. 4 is a good number for a mini to end, but it could go 6, could go 5.
So it's going to be on Netflix, a live-action adaptation. Patton Oswalt and Oswald Bloom and Scott Hepburn are going to be the executive producers for this. And Hepburn actually did the art, did the cover and art for this. So this should be interesting.
Yeah. So
I'm intrigued.
I guess it's kind of, yeah.
Is it? What are you going to say? Is it like Mystery Men? What
No, it's not. It's actually like it's
Umbrella.
Can we spoil what this is about? I mean, it's for. No, it's not like that either. It's like what happened.
Well, you can talk about the original mini. You can talk about
this is the original one. Okay, so the original one
came out in 2022. So you're not spoiling much.
Okay, so what happened in this original one was a Batman type character that they don't call fucking Batman, and a Robin type character. The Robin type character dies from a dude who is like. He's not the Joker. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he is supposed to be. I mean, I guess there's light tones to the Joker, but he's called Stickman. And he cuts people. Yes, I guess maybe.
Hey, it doesn't. You don't have to get into details. Okay.
Batman, so the Robin dies, and then Batman goes crazy and kills people. Or tries to kill people, at least. And but it's all superhero bad guys. That's who he kills. That's the.
And then who are these guys?
Those are like those are like the C-list. These would have made the C-list character. They're the C-list bad guys.
Okay.
So they're getting their asses kicked. I'm trying not to give it away. They're getting their asses kicked even worse, but not dying because like I don't. Can we ruin this? I guess we can ruin this. So hey, Bar Lord, they're getting their asses kicked because the good guys are trying to kick their ass to get them off the street, to like cripple them and hurt them so they're off the street. So that when Batman goes around killing people, he won't kill these bad guys. He'll only kill worse bad guys.
Batman kills in the Snyderverse.
So
but then like
he would kill the major threats and not the minor threats.
Yeah, I don't know how much. I mean, it's only 4 books, so I gave away the first 2 so far. Like, I mean, I guess I can tell you what happens at the end, but pretty much like, yeah, they go for this guy named Stick, and it's okay. I don't see it being a fucking. Did it say a TV show or is it going to be a movie?
Well, Netflix.
Netflix. Yeah, I don't know.
Probably be
live action adaptation. Yeah.
I could not see it being a series. There's not that much to it.
Well, you only read the one mini.
Well,
right?
there's sequels though. Like some of our folks in the chat are saying that Barfly and is in the same universe.
It's the same universe, but
thing.
And we're gonna cover the other one. The fastest way is the one we're covering today. But like, I mean, are you going to roll each one into like?
Who knows?
It's gonna be 3 episodes.
Well, think about like that's what I'm saying. Like a series could technically be just like 4 episodes, and it could count as a series.
Yeah, I mean, if they extend this,
it's just content.
If they extend this to 4 episodes, it's gonna be tough.
4 issues, 4 episodes. No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, well, whatever.
All right, let's talk about some comics. Pete, you still have the box office running in the background.
I know you don't like that. I forget when I do that.
All right, let's talk about some comic news, eh?
I wouldn't say that either. They just like to see those guys. And I don't know. It's not a bad story. It's like what would happen if Batman went crazy, pretty much. I guess.
What would happen to everybody else?
Yeah.
What would happen to everybody else if Batman went crazy? Yeah.
It's like what would happen if Batman went crazy and then like trying to think of like the Condiment King and his lackeys were still around.
Well, those were villains though.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So
these guys are villains.
Not what the Penguin was doing, not what the fucking Two-Face was doing. What would fucking Condiment King and like who was the glider
Kite
guy?
Man.
Yeah, Kite Man and all of them got together to stop Batman. That's pretty much how led by the Joker. I guess that's the easiest way, or blackmail to do.
What else do we got in the comic news?
Comic news. So Skybound is developing a reality show to find the next big animator.
What?
So if you are into animation, if you know what you're doing when it comes to animation, this is a reality competition, unscripted, and they like Top Chef, but like for people who know animation. They're looking for somebody.
Project Greenlight for animation, huh?
Yeah. So I'm sure there's applications out there. Skybound is doing a lot of stuff like, just wacky stuff, outreach and stuff. So like this might be something cool if you're
interesting.
If you're into it. Yeah. If you know what you're doing,
give it
a whirl.
You know what show I miss?
What
Face Off. You remember that show with the special
Nicolas
effects
Cage and
with the mask? No, not the Nicolas Cage movie. The ones where they make like Rick Baker, the special effects where they make aliens and monsters. They make the applications for the face.
That's a big surprise. I never watched it.
It's good. They got old ones you can watch. Because it wasn't like those dumb reality shows where everybody's fighting and they make fake drama. Like these were people, they were competing, they were helping each other, and it was just making cool shit. Like
that's cool.
Yeah, it was a good show. That's all I'm saying. It's a good show.
Was Tom Savini on there at all? Would have been cool if he was a judge.
I think he might have. Actually, I think he was a guest judge.
Tom Savini.
All right.
Judge.
So this guy is the guitarist Phil Collin for Def Leppard. He's going to give you a graphic novel called Hysteria.
Phil Collins?
Second album?
Nope. Genesis?
It's not Phil Collins, and it's also not the drummer, because I'm like, wait a second, this guy's got both arms.
Yeah, drummer only has one arm. This is a horror story dealing with the dark side of rock stardom. The band's going to be in it. It's like a possessed guitar. It's going to be coming out from Vault Comics in 2025.
Nice.
Phil Colin, maybe? Colin? I'm not sure.
Colin?
Colin? Colin?
Colagard.
So this is a logo for a company called Fandom World, which is been launched by Diamond Comic Distributors. They are making their debut at San Diego Comic-Con. And Diamond describes it as a new frontier for fans and retailers. And before launching across the Geppi family enterprises, it appears to be a direct-to-consumer online website that if you're a comic shop and you can't carry like something that's, let's say, a large statue of like Juggernaut, you don't want to carry it in your store because it's like $400. You can direct them to this website and you can buy it there. Then the store will get 10% of any sales that they make from it.
So it's an Amazon warehouse, is what you're telling me?
It's a Diamond Comics Distributors warehouse, but yes.
And you can sell your shit on consignment. We'll just
store will make money. The store will make money. No, like they just sell it. Like they,
yeah, but they're not selling it for. Just wait till it's not selling for cover.
Well, yeah.
I
the way they get the discounts and stuff, right?
Yeah. Okay.
All of a sudden, Fandom World is out of stock.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the price of it is $100 for this A cover. Wait, what?
Yeah. I don't know about this.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. In positive news, well, I guess kind of positive news, Godzilla is making appearances on Marvel covers. That X-Men cover in the middle.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully he's gonna eat all those X-Men. That'd be kind of cool. But the Avengers one on the left is kind of weak.
That looks terrible.
Thor and stuff.
These look horrible, bro.
Well, this looks fine so far.
Like if I was good at fucking, if I paid for Photoshop, I think it would be the same thing.
Avengers is fun. I'm all right with the Avengers.
Yeah,
the
one
Avengers on the right.
The way right, yeah.
That's the only one I'm all right with. The one in the middle could have been all right. It's just the lazy ass background. You give me a more detailed cityscape and not just empty blue sky, I'm more into it.
No, yeah, that's true. Yeah, because why?
Even his damn back plates are just like, hey, you can't see him. We'll just give you the outline of him. We're not going to give you any detail. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Well, these are the ones I found relatively easily of the covers. I'm sure there's going to be a Godzilla cover on every Marvel title at some point. So,
yeah, that'll probably be enough to do a whole series of shorts.
A whole series of shorts, exactly. Coming soon.
I don't mind doing that.
Marvel is teasing a Psylocke announcement at San Diego Comic-Con, meaning she's going to have her own book.
That's a weird tagline.
Yeah, she was made for violence. This is Quanon. How do I say that?
Quanon? Yeah, that's how I always read it.
Not to be confused with Betsy, because she's Captain Britain now, and she has a girlfriend. So don't get confused. Not that I don't know why you would get confused, but this is not the same Psylocke that you grew up with.
But it is.
But it is.
Because that's the one I grew up with.
Which one?
Yeah.
The Asian one.
Betsy.
Yeah, Betsy. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not her.
Yeah, I know that, but he said it was. Oh, that is
It's Psylocke, but it's not Betsy.
Yeah, it's not. Wait, but it's not the one you grew up with.
Right, because I grew up with Betsy.
Yeah, me too.
In the video game.
Yeah.
Well, she still called herself Betsy because it was Betsy's brain inside Quanon's body at the time.
But now Betsy is Captain Britain.
Then they separated them, and I don't know. Crazy ass Siege Perilous.
X-Men continuity and not confusing at all. Marvel has announced a Alien Romulus prequel comic. So the movie is going to come out in August, and then I believe this comes out pretty soon after that. Yeah, I want to see this movie as well. I'm looking forward to this. This is just a one-shot Alien Romulus, and it's going to give you a backstory from the movie, like why something's happening on the ship that will make sense after you watch the movie.
All right, cool.
That's what they said. That the director of the movie worked closely with the folks working on this book.
I'm not mad at that.
No, I like the one shot's a good idea. I don't mind that.
Yeah. Don't try to force it into like some drawn out thing. You can do.
I don't want any 12-part series. The one shot's good. All right, let's move on to our second print announcements here. Phoenix
Of course.
#1 is getting a second print and a 1 in 25 piece Momoko variant.
Hmm.
So that cover for Phoenix 1, that wasn't on the regular Phoenix 1, was it?
It was the foil, I think.
Yeah.
It was. Okay.
So this will be a non-foil version of it.
So this is a Joe Quesada cover.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was the foil.
Joey Q.
Joey Q. Originally, this was done in 2016 for a fan. And then a little while back,
That's bull crap.
C.B. Lusky, whatever, the Marvel editor-in-chief, called
I'll
Quesada.
start stirring up that hornet's nest.
Yeah. Yeah. I know people on this channel have talked to him directly, but, you know, I don't even know his name. They talked to him. The editor talked to Quesada directly and asked him if he could use it. And Quesada said yes. They inked it. And then
did they pay that fan? Did they pay the fan? Did they give him money for it?
I didn't see if the fan got paid or not, because that's ridiculous if he did not. I don't know.
You know my opinion on that shit.
Yeah.
If somebody pays for a commission piece, they get the commission piece. You reproducing their commission piece, I would sue. I'd sue. If you pay for an original commission piece, especially at this level, like when you're dipshit, whatever his name is, that does the Betsy and Veronica covers, what are you gonna get out of that guy? He's broke. But this, I'd sue.
If the fan got some kind of compensation for it, then it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if not, then yeah, I agree with you.
I'd sue. There was trade. What does there was trade mean?
I don't know.
I don't know. Galen Gonzalez, what do you mean?
What do you mean, Galen? There was trade? Like, do you know about that story?
You know about the story? You know they trade him for something?
Let us know.
I mean, if that's the truth, good for them. I mean, make sure you get. Just make sure you give them something. You can't keep, especially considering some of the stuff. Like, I know for like in the one case that we're not going to bring up, the person who commissioned the art had pretty much given him a rough draft, told him exactly what he wanted, had given him some pictures to do it and everything like that. And then the artist drew it, put it in his sketch, put a copy of it in his sketchbook, took a picture, put a copy of it in his sketchbook, and then just redid the piece of artwork and sent it out 3 or 4 more times. So like
exclusives even.
For exclusives, for exclusives. Yep. So
yeah. So Kill All Immortals is going to they're calling it a continuation printing. I don't know what that means.
How's that mean?
I think it's a second printing, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But they're calling it specifically a continuation.
Is it third? No, then it's second.
No, it's technically not. If they didn't change anything on it. See, that's the whole thing about people.
It's still the first print?
Still the first print. Till you end up changing the plates, it's still the first print. You actually have to change something on the context. You have to change something. That's why sometimes they just change the color of the text on the cover. If you don't change any of the plates, it's still the first. Like, that's what people don't understand. You could run first print forever. Like, but they choose to change it up because as soon as you don't use the original plates anymore, it turns to second print, third print, whatever. So like sometimes in books, like they'll go back through and they'll edit, they'll learn like the only thing they'll change, they put the word the and then it was misprint and they'll put another the after it. When they go through and edit the book, they'll be like, well, we got to take the.
Galen was talking about the Phoenix.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. The peach was, that's right. There was a trade.
So I went over this a long time ago, and maybe it's probably still. It might have been with Eric when we used to do that show.
It's back issues.
Back issues, yeah. But so how printings work is very simple. Not that people give a shit, because they might now. But your first printing, what the difference between a first and second printing is there has to be something substantially changed in the book as far as an editor's correction, change of color, or book. You can't change the jacket on the sleeve. It has to be an actual change to the literature. So like if you change the color of the header on a comic book from where it says Hell's Darkness, if you turn it to blue, that's a significant enough change. You get your second print. But if you print it red and then print it red and white, like take it, like printing's done, and then come back to it a little bit more and go, hey, put those same ones down, print it again, you can still reprint the first print. So, I mean, that's like.
So I guess that's what Dark Horse is doing for this book. It's continuing the first print.
That's exactly what that is.
It was a decent read.
Department of Truth number 23 is going to a second print, coming out August 14th. I guess there was a big deal in that story. I didn't read it.
Came back.
Yeah, is that the only thing?
I think it came back after a long break. That's all.
Are you saying don't buy these? This is better than doing second and third prints for no reason. Continuous printing, I don't understand why they don't do that in comics. It would make sense. It makes sense. Why not? Unless you're trying to gouge the market. Is that maybe I'm misunderstanding what Cosmic One's saying? Is that what he's saying?
I'm not sure.
If they're sailing well, and there's enough of a.
Well, I think he might be more on the line with the second printings, like
don't buy the second printing.
Just don't buy it again. Like, you don't need to buy it again. You already have it. Don't buy it again.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
And then Hello Darkness.
Just because they put an incentive out.
Right, because you don't need that incentive.
Yeah.
I already looked to next week. You know, there's 5 second print incentives coming out of Marvel next week. I think
that's what I'm saying. Like the way to actually kill that is buy more of the continuous printings of killing all the immortals, and don't buy this other bullshit.
Yeah. Well, Hello Darkness just came out today.
So it went to second print before the first printing hit the stores.
That's garbage.
Because there's a Something to Kill the Children story in it. Or it alludes to. I didn't read it, so I don't know.
I haven't read it yet either.
So it has something to do with Something to Kill the Children, and so people went nuts for it, I guess, and it's quote unquote sold out at the distributor, and so it went to a second printing already. So it's an anthology.
Yeah, that's what I keep saying. Hello, Darkness.
Yeah. It's an anthology. I think it's like Garth Ennis and
Garth Ennis.
There's like a bunch of decent creators doing stories in this thing.
That girl has really long hair. And one more we have. It is Somna, which was the oversized book by Tula Lote and Belki Kunin from Distillery. That is going to there's a collected hardcover edition of it, and it's going to a second printing. There's a couple different versions of it. If you get it through your direct market, you can get a signed version of it, or there's also a regular.
We took a long time on the news today, so I guess some memberships out to some folks.
Memberships out.
Yeah, a bunch of people hanging out.
And with that wraps up.
This is our news for the week. It was a long week. Good, a lot of news. I figured next week's going to be a lot of news too. Turn to some of the boys. They're already sharing stuff from SDCC. I think you should turn into their stuff, see what they got going on. Or don't. All right. Next up, let's do Take It or Leave It.
You want to do Take It or Leave It next? All right. Let me go and run.
Do you want to tell us first, Dub, or no?
Yep. Let me welcome to Cosmic One.
Hey, there you go.
Floyd.
Hey, there you go.
Comic Chef.
Good crew.
Hey, there you go.
Lord of Brooklyn, BK for life.
Boo! Suspended for the internet guy's mom.
And Ride Everyday Photos.
Hey, Ride Every Day. All right.
Welcome to the Rennavision membership.
There you go. Look at that. Comic Chef. All right, there you go. Cosmic One. There you go.
Yeah.
Next
Enjoy looking at some Toy Informer videos early on Rennavision because
see, BK's there, but his mom is not letting him use the chat today, as I said. So there you go.
All right, let me run the thing. We'll get to our review segment.
All right.
All righty. Are we ready for this?
We are.
Are
now, I didn't get to watch a lot because I went to Gem City. It was a 36-hour turnaround.
It's fine.
Holy hell. Well,
that's fine.
I did get to read
I read most of this stuff today.
It's
starting off with, I'm probably the only one who read this one.
You're welcome.
And you know why I read this one?
No, I read this one too.
Did you?
Yeah, of course. I love Flash Gordon and I love Sam.
Well, I had to because of this.
Flash Gordon, quarterback, New York Jets.
Oh, that's the worst part of the movie. Hey, that guy, Sam, is the guy who plays Flash Gordon, is a gentleman and a scholar.
I know you
and
love
I
him.
always
I know you love him.
like whatever, man. That dude can do no wrong, man. He is the best. He is.
I know you love him. But what'd you think about this story?
So I didn't think the story was that bad. I mean, it was kind of what I expected it to be. It was very campy. The thing that interested me was the end where they're like doing a whole universe, right, Pete?
Guess. Like they were talking about a larger universe, like this planet, whole thing, and
Morg and all
Earth
that
is a part of it, and Mongo's
no,
gone.
because they showed some of the previews for it, so they're gonna do Flash. There you go, Terry. Defender of the universe. Flash. He's gonna save each and every one of us.
Die, man! That Panosian. I was going to use the 1 in 20 picture for this, but I always just use the cover A's for our review segment. Yeah. But I really wanted to use the 1 in 20 Panosian because it was straight from the movie. Like he drew them. Like
what was it? Oh, cool. Yeah, no, I thought it was good.
He drew Flash. The Hawk dude. T-Dalt was in the corner too.
Who did what? What publishing company did this?
This was a Mad Cave.
Yeah, it's what you'd expect out of Mad Cave.
Well, Mad Cave's got the pulpy stuff. They redid Dick Tracy.
That's what I'm saying.
Months ago.
Yeah. It fits right in with their stuff. It's
not
good.
bad.
If you like Flash, if you're like Flash, not just like I saw the movie one time. If you've seen this movie more than 50 times, you're gonna like this. If you don't,
you just like campy sci-fi. Yeah, I think this is a good setup for what we're gonna get.
Thumbs up for me. I'll give it a crooked thumbs up though because I know people aren't gonna like it.
I don't care what other people think. I'm giving it a full thumbs up. I knew what I was gonna get, and I got it, so I was happy.
All right.
But with that, you're up next because I wanted to get to this, but once I realized there was a couple of miniseries, I was like, I don't got time to do 2 miniseries. But Minor Threats. So issue 4 came out, and then Marco went for extra credit and read all 4 issues of the miniseries today.
I did. I read all 4 of the issues. So it has lots of vibes towards the original 4. And it moves the story on, I guess, but not really. I mean, I guess that's where you could do it is if you're going to. I just don't know. Maybe they're going to roll out a 3rd series because.
Well, yeah, of course. I'm sure there's more coming.
Because the 2 main people. So Batman. Oh, man. I can't say it without spoiling stuff. So pretty much the first series. The majority of the people aren't in the 2nd series. Obviously, Toy Maker or whatever her name is, Toy Girl or Toy Stick or Toy Job.
Well, which is it?
I think is it Toy Maker?
Player Maker?
I think it's not Toy Maker because that's a DC villain.
Well, whatever her name is, she like makes stuff like toy stuff. Like she has this. Okay, so the main character from the first book is here. She has the ability to make stuff out of like whatever, but mainly toys. She makes like Lego guns that actually shoot Legos that kill people. She makes, I don't know, like the little
Legos can kill people.
Clappy Mongos kill. Yeah, but it's a Lego gun, like that type of stuff. Whatever.
All right,
it's all right. It's good. If you like the first one, you like it. It's so just continuous. Yeah, it's up. I mean, it's not. No, I'm crooked up because like.
Okay.
No, actually, I'm up for the comic book. I'm just nervous.
Don't be nervous. Just
I'm just nervous about how the show's going to turn out.
Don't worry about the show. This ain't about the show.
Yeah.
This is about the
comic. I like this. I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought for what they did.
Don't worry about the show.
Because in the old 4-part series, you're like, crap, like the outcome was there. So how's this one going to go? And it's kind of funny.
Hey, a lot of adaptations have screwed up the source material. They're not all, they can be on their own.
It's like sidekicks now going after this D-list group of bad guys.
Oh, I thought you meant the Jonathan Brandis movie sidekick.
No, I mean well, Robin, we obviously had spoiler alert in the first series. We said died already, but like a bunch of other like kind of now it's like C-list. It's like C-list heroes. I don't want to say.
Sorry, don't give too much away. We're good. You got it.
Yeah, it's good.
I think you got me at least convinced to give it a try.
Give it a try.
I didn't want to have. I knew I wasn't going to get them all in before we started tonight. So,
Ludo, I'm not. Ludo, good to see you. I don't think I'm in for that. He's talking about the Phantom Solo because that's part of the roll out with it was one of the previews of the Flash. I'm not sure I'm down with that, but
Is it Billy Zane? Yeah.
well, no, but
I'm down if it's Billy Zane.
No, I don't know.
Catherine Zeta-Jones, you remember that Phantom movie? What evil lurks in the hearts of men?
Oh, it's 4 years in a row. Yeah, so like, okay, in the first one, they kill the Batman and the other guy and the Joker guy. And the second one, it's like kids are coming after him, like the good kids, like it would be like new Avengers coming after people. So,
all right, well, let's get to our next book. Let's get to our next book, and we needed a DC book this week.
Why didn't we pick Flash?
I don't know, because I haven't been reading Flash. I didn't want to pick a random Flash. I felt like it's an issue 1. I've been trying. People keep telling me Absolute Power, read it. It's a good story and all that. I'm like, okay, well, maybe Amanda Waller's backstory will get me hooked.
Who are these people?
Yeah, who are these people you talk to? Because they're full of shit.
I'm talking to. I'm seeing it in the comments. They put them in the comments down below.
They're trolling you.
Yeah, it's like the people who think the trailers are really good for things that we see read in our chat. It's like, no.
This was god fucking awful.
I wish I would have read Flash Gordon.
Dude, this is
I should have
god awful.
I read this.
I don't understand the premise.
What's the point? Exactly. I was about to say, what's
like
the
I'm saying the whole point. Like you give me this origin story, and it's like, wait a second. She took that from this? Like again,
at first, no, hold on. At first they started doing the comparison of the two, her and Batman's story, which I was like, wait, is this
retelling? I was like, wait a second.
And then they gave up on that fucking concept like 4 panels in. Yeah, real quickly. They gave. I had to go back. You know what sucks about this book?
Why they started in the first place?
Yeah, that's what sucks about this book. I don't think I'd be even that angry at this book if they didn't do that, because I was like, do I have a misprinted copy? Did they fucking
did they miss pages?
They missed pages? And then I went back and I was like, oh no, they didn't miss pages. This is what they intended to do.
They're trying to give you parallels, and it was a very poor job of doing it. Like you said,
it made no sense.
Yeah, like okay, so Batman lost his parents, and you lost a family. Like, so what? Like, I mean, like how? Like
that Flash thing wasn't that bad. There was one that they did. Remember the short one they did? That wasn't bad either. There was something they did within the last couple of years that wasn't bad.
I honestly did not understand.
Dude, I don't know who's telling
her point of view. Like again, without spoiling how this plays out, I don't understand how she took who to blame for what happened. I'm like,
no, I still don't understand that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what? Like, why is she mad at them? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Where's Corbin at when you need him?
Well, no, but I mean, can we ask a serious question? Fuck this book and fuck spoiling it. It's so terrible. Why? Why is she the way she is?
Hold on a second. So anyone in the chat, we're about to spoil this book.
I don't think they care.
No, I don't. Well, we can't say some of the stuff anyways, because if you say it, we're gonna get flagged on. We're gonna get flagged on.
Oh well, YouTube's. Yeah, I don't want to talk about the real.
So something happened to her daughter, like the worst thing that could possibly happen, and her husband went out.
Well, technically, both worst things. Both.
Yeah.
So then her husband went out and shot the guy who committed the crime.
Took revenge.
Took revenge
on the villain.
On the villain, yeah.
Who happened to be, I think he was a dealer or something, or.
Yeah, but then why was that the parallel for they did a parallel with Batman with the guy who killed the parents. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah. So then her husband also, again, we're spoiling the shit out of this because I don't care. I want to save you guys money.
Don't waste money on this.
Spend $4. This is only $3.99, but do not spend $4 on this because it's not worth your $4.
Absolutely not. If you get 3 thumbs down, we're spoiling it. Okay. So keep going. We lost about 5 minutes for this,
so it happens to her daughter. Awful thing happens to her daughter. Understand father's perspective. He goes out looking for revenge. Father dies.
His mom's going to be so mad.
And somehow, out of this horrible tragedy, both tragedies of losing her daughter, what happened to her, and losing her husband, Also, shoehorning in apparently a son that died somewhere off.
Yeah, we
panel.
don't even know how the son died.
Mentioned it.
We didn't even know how the son died.
By the way, the son
Randomly mentioned. Oh, by the way, I lost a son too. All of that is the fault of masked vigilantes.
Yep. Because
Not
they
the criminal
can
who
do
committed the awful crime.
right.
Not the cops who unfortunately said, well, your husband was committing a felony and murdering a person while getting revenge. As justified as you might feel he was still committing a crime.
Well, that's what they said too. The
shooting
police
a
were like,
person.
"Well, you actually didn't have proof. He just killed somebody."
He
And
just
she goes,
killed
"Well, everybody
somebody."
says that that's the guy that he should have killed." And they're like, "Yo, well, that's not how that works. You can't just say like
Yeah, you can't just
everybody
do that.
says."
But meanwhile,
And,
then Batman's getting lauded, so she decides to start a whole vendetta against Batman, and then superheroes in general.
Other
It was
superheroes
stupid.
that
This
were
was the
matched,
biggest piece of toilet paper. I
It
think
made
DC's
no
put out in a while.
sense.
None. All right, move along. This is garbage. Don't buy this.
To the
book.
point where she's blackmailing like city officials. I also got taxi driver vibes out of this.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah,
can't leave
the
taxi
whole
drivers
violent.
alone.
I don't want to get paid. Don't pay me. I'm only. None of it made sense.
I'm gonna do
that
this
work.
I'm gonna work
Jesus.
as a volunteer, not have any money to take care of my family, not spend time with my children, so I can blackmail this guy for months, so then I can turn around and use that to my advantage later, so he does what I want.
Yeah, it made no sense. How did she afford to do? You set up a whole storyline where now she doesn't get life insurance for her husband
no life
because he was
insurance
committing a
money,
crime,
yeah.
but now she's working for free, not spending time with her family, and then being a senior.
remember,
next
her son
Tuesday
died-
to
her
her
son
daughter
died
who's
mystic-
asking for help with their homework.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing is like you're just trying to prove how much a piece of shit she actually is.
Yeah.
Good job.
It was terrible. This is horrible. All right, let's move along. This is bad.
It was,
And that's why you don't buy tie-in books.
Yeah, that's what he said.
just yeah.
Some are funny. Some of the Marvel ones are funny because they're so stupid. But this was just
Okay,
embarrassing.
well,
The cover says it all.
Captain America.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
You picked it. I assumed you picked this one just for the weapon extraction part.
No, you said I watched once again. Well, maybe I didn't watch. It said under Pete's picks, books I'm going to read.
No,
It's an
it's
AOA.
just- I only put the weapon extraction part in for the picks because I want to see how
It
that
doesn't
storyline
matter. The
goes.
weapon extraction part sucked too.
Actually, the weapon extraction part was better than the first part of weapon extraction because it gave me a sense of what the storyline's going to be all over 3 pages. But the regular Cap story, I'm sorry, AOA, I have no idea.
That
what's
Cap
going
story
on.
was good.
I have no idea who the
Why
character
was there like
who was
3
the girl
things?
he was with.
Yeah.
And then they were flashing back in here, and then there's bullies. There's a dude with no eyebrows who had 2 different color eyes, and then the eyes didn't match in the very next panel. He was confusing as shit.
Corbin said cease and desist with the DC slander in caps. I might add.
I don't have DC slander. I have
Hey, listen,
Amanda Waller slander.
Dude,
I am
Corbin,
sick
you
and
get
tired of being Amanda
if you
Waller.
could come on this show and defend why that thing isn't a piece of crap, go ahead.
Please,
But
I want to hear it because that doesn't make any sense to me.
So I don't know what this is going to mean. The regular Cap book, I don't know what the hell's going on, but I actually did
What's up,
like
Reef?
the weapon extraction part for all 3 pages. So I'm giving.
I'm kind of down. I don't know. It wasn't that great. Neither was that.
It wasn't great, but it was better than the first part.
That's not saying much. I'm down on this book completely. I'm not gonna. Weapon
All right.
extraction.
Did you get to this one, Dub?
Oh yeah,
What'd you think?
no,
No.
no. I feel I was confused from the beginning. Like, who is this
Secret
woman
War
he's
and Civil
talking
War.
to? And
No
then
idea.
like
Secret War,
downhill from there. And then there's some guy who looks like he was from, was it Wildcats or like with the flat face?
Yeah, the no eyebrows guy.
Yeah, the flat face guy. Like, who?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is a guy from like?
And he had 2 different color eyeballs.
Hey,
What's
hold
doing
on.
there?
We
He
have
was
to do
like
a
Max
safety
Scherzer
alert.
out there. He had a blue and a brown.
Yeah. Safety alert real quickly. Corbin, stop texting and driving. Don't text and drive. Okay. Sorry about that, guys.
That's okay. I want to answer a question that I saw that I was going to ask. I
What?
think it was
ahead.
Damien or somebody asked what was the last good DC event,
Mhm.
and in my personal opinion, it was Identity Crisis. Like, that's the last time I remember reading DC
I
books.
thought they
Wait,
used
was
to
that the
short
one where
mini one
Dr.
that was-
Light did the thing that happened to Amanda Waller's daughter?
That I don't know if it was
Whoa,
Amanda Waller's daughter.
whoa.
You know what I'm talking about?
Whoa, pause. No Diddy, buddy.
No, did he? Yeah, and it was elongated man was in there. And
Yeah. Oh no, he was not. He was not in there. No, I said pause.
Was it Ralph?
Apparently,
Ralph,
you guys
Ralph?
don't know what that means. Cause
No.
Okay, next book. Let's go.
No.
Nope.
Might be.
Wait, who gave it a thumbs up?
I did. I
He gave the
just
second one.
the weapon extraction part. I like
Oh, I see.
the backup story better than last week's backup story, which is why I got a thumbs up. Because I have a sense of what the weapon extraction story now.
That's a low
is.
bar.
Well, now I know
That's
at least
a
what the
very low
story
bar.
is. That's all.
Hello,
That said, Part
Part
4, Annihilation 2099. We were introduced to the Silver Surfer.
Oh, what the bleep was this?
You
This
didn't
was
like it?
No, it was like Ghost Rider, Silver Surfer.
I liked it.
This is arguably the worst one of these.
No, I don't know. I
It wasn't
disagree.
worse than Amanda Waller. I didn't read this, and it wasn't worse.
No, of the 2099.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really care for the Hulk one last week.
So this is pretty much the story of Ghost Rider if Ghost Rider was Silver Surfer.
No. Well,
Yes.
If Silver
Yes.
Surfer was Ghost Rider.
sort of. Yeah,
Yes.
but
he's
It's like
dying.
he's doing an
He gets out
ollie
of
on
his
the
bread.
first one.
I'm not
yeah,
gonna-
but still, I still liked it. So I'm still giving it a thumbs up. I still enjoyed this as a one-off, and I'm like, you know what? I'd see where this character goes from here.
No,
Mhm.
you will not. No,
Yes,
sir.
I would. I am
day.
also biased. I like Silver Surfer, even though this is not really a Silver Surfer. He is not a Herald of Galactus. Not trying to spoil what it is, but cover kind of does it for you.
It's Ghost Rider.
That's all right. I like Ghost Rider too.
Down. No. All right. So that's a split decision.
So we break even.
Barlow says no.
Yeah, I didn't read
Well, he
this.
said after issue 1. Well, then that's different. Then you missed out on what was it? Super Quasar, or was it Sun Quasar? Or I can't remember what the second one was.
Yeah. No.
All right. Well, let's get to our last book.
But it's a new
Last
Silver Surfer costume.
What did you think of NYX #1?
Yes, I'd like to hear this. So, well, before you
liked
say
it.
anything,
I'm gonna say
NYX means New York X-Men. Like that's what it stands for,
Basically.
not the NYX from
No,
like
no,
Laura Kinney's
not
version.
tying into that. Not really.
Right. This stands for New York X-Men.
So the best versions of Miss Marvel is Miss Marvel, Squirrel Girl, and Spider-Gwen together as a team up. It's probably one of the best versions of her in team ups. They are doing a lot of the same things in that team up that they are doing here. Yeah, it kind of is. You got
exactly. The relationship's a little different with her new bestie in this than Squirrel Girl.
Well, her other bestie was that's because they wanted to make Spider-Gwen the bestie, and then you know what I mean. So they got the bestie thing going on here. So they got the psychopath.
Well, I'm
Or the
just going
straight
on.
A's.
I mean, the Cuckoo's a little more edgy, I guess, than
Yeah, maybe, but they used for Spider-Gwen, they substituted for as what's her name, the Wolverine. So yeah,
fair enough.
it's
But again, I enjoyed that. I don't know. I like this. I read through it, and I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I'm quarter thumbs up. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I loved it, but yeah, I'm not mad at the angle they went with this. So I'm giving it the full. You give it the crooked.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, it was better than I thought it was going to be. A little heavy-handed with some of the, mutant hate and all that stuff. But
some of the words. There was like I mean, I liked reading it, but it was. I read this one as well.
You got one? You are? Oh, okay.
I did read this one. I gave it a crooked thumbs up because I did. There was things that there was like exposition that really didn't need to be there. I thought.
Okay.
There was like you said, the mutant hate, and then over explaining some things. But it is a #1, so I can kind of let him get away with it.
Yeah, give him a little bit of a pass.
Giving a little bit, I can let him get away with it. I'm curious to see where it goes. I would read the next one. This is a good, like buddy cop kind of thing that buddy thing that kind of was interesting to me. And they're in school, so that was also cool.
Yeah, school angle wasn't bad either, but yeah.
I will read the next one, but definitely for a good thumbs up for me.
Fair enough. I will accept those critiques. You guys were not out of pocket with that.
Do you see who went and stole the little iPad anyways and went to the back
That's
room?
what I was saying. He's going to get in trouble.
Hey, your mom's going to ground you again, buddy. Your mom's going to ground you again, little buddy.
All right, well, let's move it on so we can keep moving and get into our streaming and television reviews. I'm probably going to start off for a little bit here because...
Before you go there, Pete, hold on 1 second.
Oh.
Joe brought up something about these books, and I heard that it wasn't working the last I had checked.
Oh, I did see a QR code, but I didn't go to it.
It's like bonus pages, and when you did the bonus page, it went to this web page doesn't work.
I don't scan QR codes, so
yeah. So anyway, maybe the bonus pages will come later.
Or maybe QR codes because we're gonna have QR codes at Baltimore for people to scan.
That doesn't mean I'm scanning them.
Well, you shouldn't have to.
Gotcha. All right, so it today.
No, it's a bonus. It says bonus 1 day page, spoiler page. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Pete. Go ahead. I didn't mean to.
It doesn't matter. People are getting books so early. They're spoiling shit anyways.
So.
Oh shit! I didn't know this was back again.
It was back. Well, it was back last week, and it was The Miz, which you said you didn't want to watch anyway.
Yeah, no interest.
I watched The Miz, and then this week was Mark Henry, which I almost finished. I still have the last half hour.
I like Mark Henry,
but I ran out of time before we had to start here.
Was he talking about how the Sheik challenged him to this thing?
What are you talking about?
The Sheik challenged him to a strength contest one time, and then the strength contest challenge, he grabbed the two things, the clubs, clubs.
Yeah.
They didn't do that. Clubs. At least not in the bits that I saw so far. The Mark Henry one. The Miz wasn't bad. They did cover the whole kicked out of the locker room. He had to earn his way in. He had a match with Taker. He asked Taker, "Can I come back?" And he let him back in.
I don't even know what that is. That all I know is 6 strangers living in a house together. One wants to be a wrestler someday.
Yeah, that guy. He got kicked out of the locker room for 6 months while being a WWE wrestler. So I think it was when I looked online later, I think it was Benoit who actually kicked him out for.
Hulk Hogan's dead? That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I got a corporate haircut.
I know. I understand the Miz hate. I didn't watch the Miz one, but I understand the Miz hate. But I also have some respect for the Miz because he comes in, day out. He does whatever's asked of him. He does the job. He does whatever he's supposed to do. He pushes what he's supposed to push, and he works. He puts in the work, and he's a decent.
He doesn't have to be your favorite. That's not his job. His job's not to be your favorite.
Nope.
His job works best when he is the heel, the guy you wanted to hate. And they did tell the story, and they also gave him those opportunities when he started fading again, and he came back as the A-lister because he was doing Marine 3 and the whole tongue-in-cheek aspect of the fact that this is a straight-to-DVD guy coming out acting like he's Tom Cruise and makes you want to hate him more. Like, that's his job, and he does it well. So it was a decent thing. The 2 hours... It was pretty good. Included the bit where he doesn't even remember his WrestleMania moment, which kind of sucks.
65.
Cena gave him a concussion in the middle of that match, so he finished the match concussed. He doesn't remember any of it. Him winning his first world title.
I just said the clubs. What are you talking about here? This guy's an idiot. BK, don't make me call your mom on you.
Did he ever send you the book?
He never. Who?
BK, wasn't he supposed to? Didn't you ask him for a book to read?
He never. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I asked him for a book to read. He obviously doesn't read comics.
And then the Mark Henry bit. The Mark Henry so far, I didn't finish it yet, but it's been good so far. I don't know a lot about Mark Henry, but it was kind of fun seeing.
I love when Mark Henry talks about Ahmed Johnson and how much.
Yeah, he did. He didn't talk a ton about him, but
he beat his ass. It's hilarious.
He did give a lot of credit. Give a lot of credit to the
Rod.
To the group and all that, and then they did Sexual Chocolate for a bit, so they had that whole segment. And
remember when
he liked May? He loved
May Young, him and
the May Young bit. They showed that.
Yeah,
I think that was pretty funny. And then they had the whole bit where people were saying, "You're not the strongest man," and then he did the strongest man competition, and then came back with a new persona. That's where I kind of picked up. So now he's back and just won his first title. Anyway, last half hour. Point being, this is still a decent show. For what it is, it's a good background show. If you don't know a lot about some of these other wrestlers or older wrestlers, you get good context and you learn some bits that you may not have known.
Yeah, I completely forgot to watch this week.
So it's good. It's, and like I said, it's also a casual thing. You don't have to be eyes to the screen watching the entire thing. You can multitask.
Yeah, but what day does it come out? That's the problem I have. It comes out
on Sunday night. You're doing Star Wars when this
I can't get it out.
I watch this while I'm working from home. Like between Sunday and Wednesday, it's just on whenever I'm working from home. That's how I get it done. So I watch it when I'm working. Just like the last episode of Hard Knocks.
You mean when he was telling his kid who killed somebody in a car accident to like lie? Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Hulk Hogan. Don't you remember that?
Oh, Hulk Hogan. Well,
everybody keeps forgetting that one.
I don't want to talk about the Hulkster.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the shitty New York Giants and this whole episode that was about.
Nobody wants to talk about this shit, dude.
Yeah. Well, I'll give it just quickly. This one's only a crooked thumbs up. I wanted a better draft episode. They didn't give me a lot on the draft. They were trying to fish around to try to get the Patriots to trade them a pick. And they're like, well, what do you want to give us? But we're not going to give you the world. I'm like, well, then the other fucking team's not going to deal with you. You're going to say that right at the outset. So, yeah, it's not going to get done. And guess what? Didn't get done.
So are they going into a regular Hard Knocks with the same team here?
No. The Bears will be the regular Hard Knocks team once we start. But still, if you want to see some off-season stuff, I just don't think this is a very good GM.
If you want to see some good off-season stuff,
does his job.
Just go back and watch last year's Hard Knocks with the Lions. You'll love it. It's really great.
Yeah, but that's more about the coach and the players. This is, again, about the scouting team and like
they actually have it behind the scenes. The Lions actually refers to this, and of course they had to knock it off for this knockoff team named as the New York Giants. But if you actually watch the Lions feed last year and the previous year before, they have done both times the behind the scenes for all the scouting and how the draft goes through, including exclusive interviews with the head coach, the GM, the owner, the owner's daughter sometimes, and a bunch of the other specialty coaches.
Well, that was actually the only interesting bit on this episode was when the owner kept showing up because they were talking about the trade up, and he's like, I don't feel good about giving up all of our picks to move up for another quarterback. But if you guys feel good about it, like we did it 20 years ago.
No, it's hilarious when they bring in Ford, and they're like, because she's getting older too, but like when they bring in Ford,
they bring
her in, they're like, listen, this is why we're gonna take it. She's just like, you guys know, go ahead and take them. So
it don't matter. We're not talking about the Lions. We're talking about this shitty Giants.
No, the Giants suck. Nobody's watching this.
Yeah, I don't.
No way. Like literally, everybody's like, yeah, we just lost 15.
There we go. Yes.
Maybe they'll lose anybody. Stop being.
That's because they knew House Dragon was coming up next.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what we thought it was to take for an NFL restaurant.
They are.
They are who we thought they were.
They are who we thought they were. Yeah.
I just thought we would have gotten a little further along than we did.
I actually was surprised. So I actually watched the back half first because of how it fell. Because I don't know if you saw this on HBO, but HBO has mislabeled the replay under HBO Max. If you click on this week's season, it actually gives you the behind the scenes, not the actual show.
That didn't happen when
I just.
I did when I tried it. When I tried it Sunday night or Monday night, whenever.
Yeah. Well, I just DVR whatever's on Sunday night.
Yeah.
And I watched.
So then I had to. So I watched the back half, and then I watched for.
So you watched the second half of the show before you watched the beginning?
Well, forget about.
I already know what's going to happen.
Wait.
It doesn't matter.
Forget about Marco's ass backwards way of watching.
Yeah.
Let's get Dub's opinion from somebody who doesn't know where this story is going, right? Because we do.
So this was a really long episode. I feel like it was like longer than a couple of previous episodes. I don't know, but it felt it was longer.
I think it was over an hour. I think it did tick over an hour.
I liked a lot of what happened in this show. Like it really solidified things. Like, I mean, there's a part where Rhaenyra, like, she takes back control of her position. Like she's the queen, and she,
Keep
yeah,
strong.
right. I keeping her pants dry. Yeah, that was great. I love that. I really and even what's his name on the other side, Amond is definitely like you're doing what I say. I don't care what anybody else around me is saying. This is what we're doing. This is how it is. And I like that. And then they gave us a lot of bits and pieces of what, like, bringing everything, like, it's coming together. Like, there's 2 episodes left this season. So I'm guessing the last episode is going to leave us in some kind of hullabaloo. I don't think the next one is. But, I liked all the little things. Then they even put in something that wasn't in your books at all, which was it wasn't that big of a deal, but it kind of was. At the very end with I don't know her name, the Miss. Yeah, she's the worm, the whisperer.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. We got people's backgrounds, we got people's stories, we got like a lot of
there was a good bit of resetting, I guess. You got to have that breath after.
There's a lot of action's been going on, so now we get a little.
It was a little slower down than it was.
Yeah.
It was good. I mean, it's always good. I like it.
Like I said, I just thought we would have gotten a little further.
I thought we would have gotten a little further too. I think I do agree that this one, I probably wish they would have sped, like how fast everything's going. They kind of hit the brakes.
I think it makes sense because we only have 2 episodes left.
Right, an hour-long episode. But I mean, I think there's still a decent amount they could get through.
I know. That's why I thought we were going to end this season at a different place. Now I'm resetting where I think we're ending because of how they paced this thing out.
Yeah, see, I think they could have ended this at the end of the stuff that everybody knows and then started one last series with stuff people don't know to move it down the road. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens.
Yeah.
Either way, very good series.
Yeah, not to belabor the point, but yeah, it's one of the best things on right now.
Glad to see that you like it.
Look forward to it.
100%. I look forward to watching this show.
There's definitely boobies, penises, whatever.
There's not a lot, not excessive, but they are in there. Mm-hmm. You'll get some.
You'll get a face full of stuff, face full of junk.
Somebody's junk.
Yeah.
But with that is it. We have no movie review this week, so no Descendants 5 to talk about.
Oh, dude, you guys should have watched Iron Sky. It's horribly fun.
Well, we can maybe next week we can talk about Iron Sky.
I don't know. For now, I think we might get kicked off the internet if we talk about.
Do you want to give the results of our game, or do you want to do your under the radar?
I will do under the radar real quickly, and then we'll do.
Let me run the thing for you and get yourself situated.
We are.
No, we're going to run long.
Under the radar, Nova, there he is with all of his Dick Rider showing right there. That's the full picture that he didn't show.
Look at those quads, man. He's like Barry Sanders out there.
He is pelvic thrusting the screen. BK is getting excited. Now we all know Nova 1, but here's what I want to tell you. Nova 1's also got some people maybe we haven't been looking at. The first appearances that might be important, including Robbie Ryder, which is Robert Ryder, which is his brother. Nova Prime. We'll get into Nova Prime some other time.
Why'd you leave out John C. Riley's character?
Because we didn't need that Nova Prime. So here's what we're going to do. For those people that don't know the history of Bobby Boo, he actually gets in to the group of the New Mutants, forms a friendship with our man Darkhawk, so does Nova, as a matter of fact, and then becomes Talon AR, which is interesting because that's what his whole
Talon AR. Is that what his name?
Talon. His first appearance, by the way, is in this glorious book. As you can see, also a great book that's got a Nova on one side and a Darkhawk on the other. I want to bring this up.
What are the Darkhawks called again?
The Fraternity of Raptors.
Raptors. That's it. Raptors.
The fraternity of Raptors. So I want to bring that up because there is a very, very, very close tie, and we know he's always heard the rumors of Darkhawk. There is a very close tie, not only because of the New Mutant situation, or not New Mutants, sorry, New Warrior situation,
New Warriors, yeah.
But also that his brother turned into one of the fraternity, one of the fraternities of Raptor. He finally turned into an art. All right, average books are selling for $3. Now these are just things like when you see these Nova announcements saying, "Hey, we're still a couple years off." These are little dollar bin diggers and stuff like that you might consider buying just in case, because any rumor will start.
We don't know where they're going to go with this story yet.
Right, so you better buy it. If you want to buy stuff cheap, now's the time. This is dirt cheap. Dirt cheap.
Yeah, because between now and then, I'm sure you're going to see video after video of other people out there telling you what is bound to be happening in this.
It's not a bad idea to just have because when they go read a Wikipedia page, there's names that are in blue, and what they do is they typically click on the name of blue, see where the first appearance is, and then they try to shove that into a narrative somehow or another. I don't know. If we're getting Darkhawk, all of a sudden they see here Darkhawk, and they're like, "Oh wait, there's a Darkhawk. Oh wait, Ryder was a Darkhawk. No, he wasn't. He was part of the fraternity of Raptors, and it wasn't Dick Ryder, but it was Robbie Ryder." So there you go. Okay,
well, tell us all about Condom.
Condor. Okay, he's a bird person. I didn't put that down there, but he is a bird person. So Condor and Powerhouse are probably the two first villains that we run into Nova. And if it's going to be anything of the Guardian of the Galaxy max over space, what they call it, cosmic world, that seems to have a little bit of sense of humor. I don't doubt that a bird person and a guy named Powerhouse, who used to be an ex-Nova. See, this is where it's interesting. The guy who Powerhouse used to be an ex-Xandorian or whatever, the Nova race, whatever. And he recruited Condor, who's a bird person, to eventually attack, and Nova defeated him. They also then recruited a guy named Archibald Diker. Yes, that's Archibald Diker.
I love his. He's got like a bow-legged pimp walk going there.
Yes, named Diamond Head. Okay, so let's get through this. This is actually two first appearances for this Rogues Gallery of Nova enemies. Number 2, believe it or not, the Man Called Nova, number 2, which, by the way, you know how we know this is the first appearance of a Powerhouse and the first appearance of Condor? Because they're on the cover, and it's a second Powerhouse Power Pack issue. The guy says, "Hey, Powerhouse," referring to Powerhouse holding Nova, Dick Ryder. And then the other guy, Condor, comes flying in and saying his own name. Yeah. So, yeah, Birdman flies in any weather. There we go.
No, bird person.
He is a bird person, though. Yeah. But the Birdman flies in. The Flight Night of Condor. So that's their first appearance. Raws are averaging $12, but 9/8s in this book. Now, 9/6s fall off the fucking map. They go like average $60, but 9/8s are actually doing pretty reasonable in this. 329, 325. Gotta tell you, a lot of these weren't kept in good shape because Nova, for the longest time, if you weren't pulling one or not pulling anything at all, even a lot of the ones aren't in great shape. They just trash them.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, this is where we get to see Diamond Head. Dub, you're quickly back, so we won't explain who he is, but we will also tell you how do we know that this is the first appearance of Diamond Head?
Oh, well, there's a guy with a diamond head on the cover.
Yeah.
And more importantly, there's a name Diamond Head on the cover.
It says Enter Diamond Head. Very good.
Diamond Head.
So Condor then, for some reason, the bird person then talks Diamond Head into being one of the foes of Nova. This trifecta of foes, by the way, keeps returning itself in the theme of A Man Called Nova as like kind of the bad guys, just so you guys know. CGC 9/8 of this
trifecta of foes, you said?
What did I say?
I'm asking, you said trifecta.
Yeah, trifecta. Yeah. Trifecta, a menage a trois of villains, whatever you want to say. All right.
I wouldn't say menage a tray.
So his villains are Diamond Head, the bird person.
No, Condor, who is a bird person.
Powerhouse,
who used to be part of the in the Nova group. All right. 9/8, 175 and 150 the last two to sell. Raws go for about $4 average. That's a good deal, actually. You should probably still be looking for these two books if you can find them, because you see what happens if you get 9/8.
I'm telling you, you'd be surprised at how easily you could fill out a Nova run, that first volume Nova run.
Yeah.
As long as you just square away, you might have to pay a couple extra bucks for number 1. Outside of that, you can do all right with this.
I don't know if I'm that surprised, though, Pete. You said you'd be surprised. I'm not surprised at all.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to talk about one more thing. I do like Nova. Oh, AOA doesn't. Yeah. That's because Cap sucks. All right. Nova 11. Now, this is Nova 11 out of the second series of the Sam Alexander one. So, volume 6, number 11. It's the first meeting of Sam Alexander and Dick Ryder. The reason why I'm bringing this up is actually somebody in the chat brought it up earlier, and it was actually right. They're like, why isn't Sam there? Well, the odds of Sam being there isn't so bad. And if it was, this book is probably going to be one, even if he doesn't show up, that people, as Pete mentioned earlier, are going to start talking about. Because at one time, when people thought Sam was going to be the first one to come out, the first Nova to appear,
Yes.
they decided to promo this book anyways. So Nova number.
There were more pointing at the Marvel Now or whatever.
This is it. This is
this is their first meeting between the
first
two.
meeting. Yeah. So here we go.
Cleared up. I think.
Which we cleared. Oh, we did. But
we did a whole thing. Remember, we went into the book.
We went into all the books. Yes.
Like, dude, that's World Mind. That's not actually him.
Mm-hmm. Either way, this book, CGC 9/8, $16, $36, same as Nova 1 for this volume. Now, why we bring 1 up? Because 1 also got a misexplanation of what it was. And technically, 1 isn't Dick Ryder on the cover.
Yeah, that's not him either.
It is. See, it says Nova 6-1, not Dick. Technically, that's not Dick Ryder either. That is technically his dad, Sam Alexander's dad, whatever his name is. Alex Alexander. I can't remember what his name is, but that's not him. All right.
So Sam Alexander's dad was also a Nova?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he got the helmet from his dad.
Alcoholic Nova. Yeah. All right. So Raw.
Yeah, Sam Alexander, his dad was a Nova, and then the helmet was left behind, and then he became a Nova by putting it on.
Yeah, dude, Novas would be sweet. So here we go. Raw sold $5 average, or currently you could buy Nova Volume 6, number 11/16. First meeting of Sam Alexander and Dick Ryder. Not really. CGC it 9.8 / Raw.
It's not really them meeting.
$199.99. So for $200, pretty much you can buy that. No, passable. But either way, just so you know. Okay, so controversy. Now this actually might have something to do with it. This is like the area in which and would explain how we can have multiple Novas, and how Sam and Dick Ryder could meet, and how Dick Ryder could be around, and how Bobby could be around, and how they could all have something to do with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and how they could all deal with War of Kings. And it happens in Realm of Kings, Volume 1, number 1. There we go. You know I love this book. CGC 9/8 is going for $153. Used to be $200. That shouldn't say NS because there was no newsstand on that. Raws are just $3 average unless you just label it as RK number 1, NMP. Then it's $12. The CGC numbers are wrong on this book, just to let you know. There is no CGC graded of this. Nobody grades this shit. The trade paperbacks are better.
Nobody graded it at all?
So I don't think that 200 NS is right, though.
Oh, no, the prices, you might not be right. But yeah. Somebody had to grade it.
Yeah, somebody graded it. Either way, the hardcover paperback always, or the hardcover sells for $12. It's not a computer simulator. It's World Mind. So World Mind is projecting Dick Ryder. That's why we're saying it's not really his first, what people are going to say.
Dick Ritchie?
Dick Ryder? Who's Dick Ritchie?
Yeah, Dick Ryder, because Dick Ritchie was from True Romance.
All right, so we got to do one more that we got to cover here because some of these will come back.
Use all the toilet paper.
Lloyd.
Nova number 4 has some collectible covers that people have always always coveted collecting, even though they still haven't gotten a lot of money out of some of them. Sometimes they do rise and fall, like the Grandoff. Is that how you say the guy's name? It's the third one. The one.
No, there's no D.
Grandoff is the third one. Out of these, number 8 is the one that probably does the best and still does the best.
Nutshot of the week.
Huh?
Nutshot of the week.
That is. His package is right in your face. CGC 9/8, $375. Previous over a year, sub 205. Yeah. Previously,
this is really my kind of book. That's, with the whole D Ryder and then the
Dick Ryder and then having in your face.
You gotta like Cosmo.
But this is why, Space Cosmo and Nowhere, it has it in there. So
That's true. Yeah, nowhere as well.
I will tell you this. This is why I put previously over a year sub 250. There was one outstanding sale on 9.8 for 375 recently, but if you average the whole year of books, it was $250. It was more closer to 250 mark. Just so you know. So don't be going out there and spending 400. We're thinking you're gonna sell this book for $400. You're probably not. Cosmo is your boy. Well, Cosmo is in this book, so that's all right. Raw's averaging $40 for Near Mint Plus. I mean, still for a $250 book, that's a good gamble to go after that. $9 for everything else on average. Okay, and then finally, this is a book you'll probably hear about when it comes up because it is what it is. Foom 12. Why are we talking about Foom 12? Because there's a preview for Dick Ryder and Foom 12. Yes, I said Dick Ryder. CGC.
Yes,
for some of the folks who may not know, what's a Foom?
Foom is Friends of Old Marvel.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Isn't that what it is?
So this was a real Marvel book.
It's like a magazine.
Yeah,
so it's like a magazine.
Yeah.
Like I would say it's a forerunner to Marvel Age, kind of.
So published by Marvel.
Bigger format.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying it's magazine. I think it's larger. It's like magazine size.
It's like yeah.
So I wouldn't find it in a short comic box.
You're not gonna find it.
No, you're gonna find it more with the mags.
Yeah, the mags.
But what I mean is more like the Marvel Age. It's kind of like a preview book and extra little crap in it.
Foom. That is what it stands for, right? Friends of Old Marvel.
Yeah, it does.
Right? Okay.
It's Friends of Old something.
I don't know if it's
OL or old. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it might be old, like Friends of Old Marvel.
Friends of Old Marvel.
Why don't you explain it a little bit? That's all.
All right. Well, a good job. Thank you for that, Dub. CGC. Yeah, I haven't stumped me yet, but you're gonna get me one of these days. CGC 9.2s go for $400, 8.0 120s, and 4.0s for 40. Hey, this is one of those things again where we're going to see a very weird situation where you do not grade these books because Raw is between 100 and 140, and I looked them all over. They look between 7 and 8.0. They're selling between 100 and 140. So that means if you slab this, you lose money. I don't care how rare it is. In the 3.5 to 5, mainly 4.0s, they sold in like the $60 range, anywhere from 40 to 80, pretty much. So yeah, don't slab this book or magazine.
So just sell it raw if you want to sell it.
Yes, sir. Or buy some of the slabs, crack them, and then double your money.
Nice.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying.
Realm of Kings. That was a number one. Realm of Kings number one. That
it was a one shot.
One shot. There are 8 9.8s and 1 9.6.
What's that 9.8 go for?
Total. I don't. I'm looking at the census. I don't know.
It probably is that 150.
Total of 8. Total of 9 copies on the CGC census.
Wow, that's a monster of a book, dude. I suggest you don't slam it. I suggest you just read it. Read the whole series. Actually, you could pick up either their hardcover or the TPB for like $12 or less. So I would suggest you pick up either one of those. And then get War of Kings after that. Good stuff. But that also brings up a point of us grading later on because it seems like we are going into this cosmic thing. I am definitely going to be grading the best Summer Brother of all time. Vulcan will be getting some grades. So I will be grading some Vulcan.
You and your
Vulcan. No, he doesn't. He's helping people out that don't read it so they don't.
Yeah, he's trying to help you guys all out.
All right, so there we go. So that's the rundown of a little bit of Nova. We'll probably get in some more. I was going to go even longer into it and do a bunch more breakdowns, but we did.
We
if
got
you want
4
to go
years.
Back 3 years ago,
4 years. You can come back.
If you want to go down 3 years ago, you could look at all the Sam Alexander stuff we did when we broke down all that stuff. And then if you want to come back in like a year or two.
Yeah, does they don't actually meet until 2, right? Of that Nova series? Or is it like the final panel? He's like shows up on the doorstep, like, "Hi, Mama Alexander."
It's after 11. It's in the second. It's in volume 6. Volume 5 was the first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's at the end of issue 1, and then issue 2 is kind of where they meet. But I think at the end of issue 1, he's like, "I'm Mama Alexander. I'm Dick Ryder. I want to meet your boy," or something.
Yeah. Oh, it's I think 12.
We did it. We covered it already. We covered it.
All right.
All right, let's see the results of our game the last few weeks. Let's get the results out of the way, and then we'll start our little new thing. So we're gonna run through this quickly. If I can find the right backgrounds, I didn't see. I need a longer intro. That was too short. Oh, That said, key decisions. This is the game we've been playing the last couple of weeks where Dubs picked books, Marcos picked books, and you, the audience, through via poll, has selected your books.
Done a terrible
On the
job
wheel,
man.
we graded it. We saw what was what.
Absolutely.
Let's see where things shake out.
Shaky.
We're starting off with Team Dub. And we're going off to week 1 because I believe he had the first pick with week 1. And he took NYX, number 3, in 9.8, which, with a 30-day average, this is what we decided to go with. I was like, do we go with the last sale, a 30-day average? I think 30-day average makes sense because this game has been over the last month or so. $1,000, 1,068. So that's one book in Dub's portfolio. Week 2, he selected the 0.5 of X-Men, which is $3,170, even in poor condition. A 0.5 is still over $3,000. Add that to his pile.
Still is.
His second pick of the week, he got screwed by the wheel, if you remember, and got the 8-0. The wheel roughed him up and gave him only an 8-0 of first John Stewart.
Oh, that was painful.
That hurt. 515 on the 8-0.
Still
not to be outdone. Dub was roughed up again the next week when he selected Wolverine in near mint and only got a 9-4.
Wow.
224 on that bad boy. And then in the selection of new variants of the week, he took the Ultimate X-Men number 5, 1 in 25, and spent $20.91 on it. The 30-day average now is only
money.
$50. So he lost money on this one.
That stinks.
For a grand total of $4,991. That's what Dub has in his portfolio based on our game. 5 books, last 3 weeks. That's what he's got. That's what.
So you took third place, is what we're hearing.
Well, we don't know. I didn't put these are not ranked in order by results.
Okay.
I did it by, again, who picked first. So that's why Dub.
Because then I'd be dancing around the room before the thing's over. I get it.
No.
Point
so we'll see. That's the number to beat. 4,991 for the viewers who got that second selection that first week. Remember? Right. If you remember, they got the second selection, yet they got their first pick, I believe. I think they got the first pick. I think this is what they wanted. I'm not sure, but they got the New Mutants 98, but they only got the 9.6.
No.
That hurt a little bit. 514 on their first book of the game.
I will always brag.
They did better in week 2 when they managed to score an 8-0 on their giant size X-Men 1.
Oof.
And almost matching Dub's 0.5 X-Men 1 with
almost matching Dub's whole total.
Yeah, that's one book that Dub had too, was $3,000.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
They're keeping pace. They, however, got the bowl cut Green Lantern. They got the 9-0 instead of the 8-0 that Dub got saddled with. But granted, it's still only $677 on that 9-0. Upside wasn't quite there, as you might expect. But that's not their only book of the week. That was the second book of week 1. Now, week 2, I'm sorry. Week 3, they got the Lady Deadpool first appearance.
Ooh.
And they got it in 9.8. So they got
that's what they wanted. Well, that was split. What was split? Well, the audience, if they wanted this or not. It was kind of
this wasn't their first pick, I don't think, but they didn't get first pick. They think they had second again?
Well, yeah, but I think that was their first overall pick. But then the live chat was like, boo this book. But go ahead.
Yeah, I can't remember, but 413 on that 9.8. And meanwhile, their new release book of the week, they ended up with the Destro 2 1 in 25, which cost them $16.20. It averages only $15.83 net. So they lost 40 cents.
That's not bad.
Not too bad. For the viewers, final total at $48.10, which I believe is $100 or so less than Dub. So Dub is still in first place, not by much. Which brings us to the results for Marco, who
I love it.
not only blame the wheel for every
Yes, I would like
internet, every little bit, not getting a press.
Hey, sometimes you have to overcome all adversity.
He wanted a press the
championship.
first week, and I said no.
Special
We changed the
teams,
rules.
special players,
even
special
without the
plays.
press the first week.
That's a lot of Karen behavior.
He still ended up with the third pick book
I mean, what do
and
you
getting the 9-8 in his
Greatness
Iron
doesn't
Fist
sleep.
14 for a whopping $3,200.
Should have been a 9-9. Should have been a 9-9.
Starting off strong, following up with once again. I think he had the last pick again for the next week when he got stuck with X-Men 94, but kind of 9-6.
Good picks.
A whopping $5,000.
Hey, I steal from the rich, I give to the poor, and then steal from the poor again.
But then with the first pick on the snake draft, he decided to go not with the Green Lantern, but with Metamorpho, but still managed with the 8-5.
I actually almost bought this book in real life. Almost bought this book in real life last week.
$750 after yelling at me about not being able to press it because I was like, you can press it, but you're not getting the 8-5 because I hit the button by accident. So if you wanted to stick with the 8-5,
Pete's terrible with the wheel.
And we had to explain to you can't press it after you get it graded because the book has been slabbed. You want to crack it? You can crack it, but then we're rerunning the wheel. Then in our final week, he got the Wolverine 88 in 9-8, the first meeting of these two, 416, which is on par with the others. And then with his, I don't know, did you get the snake draft pick again? Because was this the last pick? I can't remember where you picked week 3, but you ended up with a surprising winner for the new release variant. Because this book,
first overall,
actually hit.
Told you it was gonna. Real players.
$24 is what he would have paid for it, near ratio, but it is selling for $60.31 on average over the last month.
This is why
past week, it hit highs of like 90.
I can't help you. This is why I can't. I try. All I try to do is give.
With $9,506, I wanted to put a big winner clip in here as best as I could, but for some reason, Get Yarn, the website is down and none of the videos work.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter what you put against me, still a victory. No matter what.
I couldn't give you a big winner clip. I couldn't give you
I get it.
Big,
it's okay.
Big a show. Congratulations. So I'll just give you a
Flash Gordon, quarterback, New York Jets.
That's what you get.
Just to let you know, I mean, I try to give the knowledge. I try to help you out. Try. You guys just don't accept it. This doesn't matter. You can't get any bigger. 2 sizes, 4 sizes, 6 sizes, doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you, thank you very much. If it wasn't for you guys being horrible at this game, I wouldn't have won. But yes, winners win. That's what winners do.
Okay, as our gracious and humble winner.
Absolutely humble. It's hard not to just pull out dubs.
Let's just go to our next segment so we can see if we can finish before midnight. Maybe. Get a chance at it.
It could happen.
But you'd be surprised. You think this is a brand new segment. I wouldn't be ready for it, but screw you. I'm ready.
Let's go. Oh, you could do this.
I got an intro is why I'm ready.
So you couldn't give me the winner thing, you could do that. Okay. All right. See.
What you want? I told you I couldn't get you a clip to announce you as winner because the site that I love to use doesn't work. All of Get Yarn is down. All those yarn videos, it's down.
Pretty awesome.
You're gonna keep that same background?
Yeah, it kind of
the marble,
sort of.
Yeah, it's cool.
I darkened it up for my presentation. I don't know what you did, Marker, with your book.
I did this thing. I did the thing on it. I just used this stuff and then did like something like that.
Okay, so you just went brick wall.
No.
Okay. You want to do yours first? Or you want me to do mine first?
No, you could go. I mean, look, I picked up some books as usual, but you could go. I picked up some books. This isn't all I picked up, but I decided to go light this thing at Gem City. I picked up this and a little bit more. But the 2 interesting books out of here, And I picked up, maybe I'll go through some of the books later also that I picked up. I know some of these we're going to grade in.
We'll put you on the big screen and double be smaller.
Oh, look at this thing. This is a good book. These are some good books. So there's only 3 books I spent more than $3 on.
What did you just flash? Was that Airwalker or
No, it's Fantastic Four. That was Agatha's son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you
$3.
flashed real fast. I thought it was the the
$3, bro.
Arrow.
No, $3. There's a good $3 books there. First Shockwave, $3. Oh yeah, this was $3 too. That was $3.
$3 for 10, huh?
$3. First Willow, $3. Great Lakes, $3.
You are great. Great Lakes Avengers?
Mm-hmm. That one I didn't. That one kind of got thrown in the deal. $3. First real Red Hulk.
Oh yeah.
Sammy. I always buy Sammy if I can find them cheap. Ooh, this is a good one. Married with Children, #1. $3. Just like it. I actually think I only paid $1 for that. Old Flasheroonie, Bucker. Got this for a
$1. Impulse.
Yeah. Look at this. Huh?
You got Impulse for $3?
No, I got it for $1.
Oh, for $1. Jesus.
Yeah,
and
wow.
what about that Rogue joining the X-Men?
Rogue joined the X-Men. I got that. That was $5. But
yeah, still not bad.
Well, actually, I was in a pocket deal.
I know it doesn't matter. Well, that's the thing.
It was in this deal too. Yeah. Well, there's a bunch more. Oh, got this book too for $5 in the $5 deal. Like I put a bunch of them together with a bunch more, and that's like I didn't just grab one. I grabbed 2 just in case.
There's a whole Facebook comic book group that used to love posting all about their Dark Hawk ones.
Really?
I don't know if they still do it or not. Some comic book collecting group.
I got this too, and then this. I got that too in the $5 one. Jen didn't actually. You know what? I haven't talked to Jen. And then I picked this book up too. I was gonna do these ones on Star Wars, but whatever. This book, these is no backing. They were like buck books. You know what I mean? So then I don't know why, but I don't really remember having too many of these. Out of all the galaxies, yeah. So I bought that for $1. I figured for $1, why? How could you pass it?
Oh yeah, for $1. Yeah.
And then I got this one with the
numbers that
50. It's the Dark Justice League.
Dark
Justice League. Yeah.
I mean, it was for the issue before it. People like, but
couple books
doesn't hurt to get that
Dark Justice League. I like the Dark Justice League, but these are the ones I want to talk about. I did get this one too. This kind of got thrown in for these, so I got these. It was 60 for 2, and then this one and this one, I got this with this for 80. I kind of just threw this one in because I got the other stuff. This is like Dr. Doom's OG story. This is in very bad shape, but we'll go over those later. What we're really going to look at today is these, because I saw one. I said I have to have 2, and the reason why I said I have to have 2, and we'll show you it a little bit closer up. If you look, I figured it would be a very good experiment for on-site grading because both are in similar grade. Yet there's one distinct factor that is different about them. Do we know what it is, Chat-To? I will send you a better picture of it right here so you can maybe tell.
Yeah, show us a better picture. We don't know. We got to go more like this. Oh no!
Can we tell the difference between these two? Can we see what we're looking at here?
I see a little roll.
No, you don't.
No, I mean like the thing, because look at how they're cut off. Look at how
there's something very different. Yes, that's not called a roll.
Well, just spine roll.
No. It's the wrap. Thank you very much. It is the wrap. It's the wrap. We got 2 different books that are the wrap. They're the exact same books. They're 2 different. Now, there's a little bit of different grading, but I've kind of opened them up and looked into them, and we'll talk about some of these. Those people that don't know what we're talking about, we're going to show you. So, do you see where Iron Man's head? You can check any of these. But you see where Iron Man's head is on the left compared to where he is on the right? And do you see where the rollover is on the white compared to this white size? What it is how you see the staples here on the right book compared to the left book. The wrap actually is pulled more, just a printing thing, how they do it. Not a spine cut. It's called the wrap. Okay.
Well, it's still cut different, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's cut different, but it's how they do the wrap. So we'll look at book 1 with the stronger
it's
wrap.
Not like it shifted, because if you were to shift it over, then you would assume that the one on the left would have white showing. But no, it's the one on the right having white showing.
It's the entire book
because shows you the full.
They're not printed like that. They're printed. Anyways, open page. So here we go. We'll look at the one on the
What I'm
left.
saying is you're talking about moving it, but the one that's actually short on the one side isn't made up by the roll or where the positioning of the cover of the wrap.
I don't know. It's what they call.
I know.
The colors are the same.
Really, if you go back to the other picture, you'll see what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is the one on the left, their faces are kind of rolled towards the left. So you would think that would be the one that was short on the right and show some pages underneath. But that's not the one that's cut short. The one on the right is cut short, but that's also the one that's rolled or the wrapped properly. That's all I'm saying. I think it's just cut differently.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, I guess. All right, so here we're going to get the first one that's got the overwrap on it. We are going to point out, you might not be able to see it because the color, maybe I should have done better. I scanned this time to do this, but if you look up at the top, you have a little bit of color distortion, maybe breaking a little bit of color there. There is a small roll, an actual small spine roll. So Pete was right about spine roll, but not what he was calling the wrap was a spine roll, so he was wrong there. But there's a little bit of a spine roll, but that is all pressable out, and hopefully our presser can take care of that, which he will. Then on the bottom, you see still very clean coloring on all this, but there is a little bit of chipping there towards the bottom right corner. That is typical in these books you see. But if you look at the right sides, they look pretty even and good. The coloration is even throughout the books. In really good shape, to be honest with you. Now, if we look at the back, this is the only problem on the back. As you can see, there's the overwrap, as you see there, overwrap on the backside. So this is the book that we know the wrap. There's a great Legos Challenger thing. Now, if you look at the top where I have the white thing, that's a little bit of tear indentations in the actual inside of the book, which will accommodate. There's some actually further down too. It's happened 3 or 4 times on this. And I will tell you why we're specifically pointing those out, because the amount that it deters from the book's grade in this condition pre-press is similar to book number 2. So book number 2, if we look at it, we've got a little chip there on the bottom. Okay, now this is the one where you can see it where Iron Man's head's cut off. We also have a slight color breaking indentation on the top, much less than the one on the first book and not as much damage to the top. However, on the backside, we got a spooge mark. We've got a little bit of a dirt spooge mark there towards the bottom of the book.
Like coffee.
Yeah, well, it could be dry blood. Who knows? We do have got some pressable. Do you see? Now, here's an interesting thing, folks. When we talk about what are pressable and non-pressable defects,
I can press out color breaks.
Yeah. So do you see how this goes through? You can see the indentations, but the color is still in the Lego sign there where the red dot is. See how the color does not break there. You can see an indentation on that side, but you can see that the Lego logo on that toy box is still all red. And if you actually look down at the one that's underneath it, you can actually see that it looks like they push the color down on that. Those are typically fixable things. The only problem with this positioning is where the actual bends are, because they're on the spine portion of the book, which sometimes is a little bit harder to get out. However,
the staple's right there.
Yeah, they're by the staple, correct. However, they should still be pressable. Now, if the red broke any bit there, and you could see it, that would be called color breaking. Guess what you can't do? Press out color breaks.
Yeah, press out color.
So when you look at both these books, they seem very, very similar in grade, because you've got this book that's got the spooge stain, but the book before has got a little bit more chipping off the top. The inside color is about the same. You got a little bit of staining towards the top of the second book. You can see there's at least 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 distinct breaks in the top of this book, where when you see the back of this book, you've got 1, 2 stains, tiny dot stain, pressable defects there. Top of the book is a lot cleaner and straighter, and you don't have as significant of a roll, which isn't going to play into the difference here because we should be able to press out that roll. I know on the left side, it may look like there's a little bit of a damaging there, but there isn't when you get the up close look. If you look at the corners, they are not blunted. If you look at the corners on this one, the bottom one is pretty even too. However, if you look at I should have done the bottom right side where the roll is, you do see color breaking on the right side of the roll. Therefore, hypothetically, these books should if we just submitted them now, they should be within 0.5 of each other, the grade wise. So we are going to see, I'm going to get them pressed out, and we'll do a full breakdown of the book after the press out. see how everything comes out. We'll show you what we could have. We'll keep these pictures up, show what we could have taken care of, show what we can't take care of. Sometimes when you do a press out too, you find color breaks that you didn't see before.
You didn't see the first time, yeah.
Yeah, I did not take a black light to this because 36-hour turnaround's a lot. But those 2 books are there. But I also, when we place these out, what I really want to do is see how close of a grade we think they are, and then see what CGC on site's going to do. Because we've seen weird stuff out of CGC on site before, for years, way before this. I mean, I actually should probably go get a book. I might do it while Pete's gone and show you the weird stuff that they have done before in books and they've always done. And I want to know, is CGC going to give me a extra markdown for, I don't know, a clipping, which we know it's not because it's just a wrap because we have the same books, or are they going to grade this as they should?
It was Thumb. What was it again? That was the other grading company.
Thumbfuck. No, that was the other grading service that didn't know what they're doing. It was Thumbfucked. Yeah, Thumbfucked it. He's like, yeah, I Thumbfucked it. So there we go. Those are the 2 books in this minute.
Sorry for the salty language,
yeah,
but we are near midnight, so we're fine.
I do think, I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's a good test case for on-site gradings. Lego logo.
Do you want to give guesstimates on grade? What you might?
I would say that right now, without anything being done to them, they're probably in the 8.0 type range. I'd be unless we start finding stuff that's damaged in there. I think they could press in somewhere in the 9s, like 9+.
Well, at 8.0, you're looking at $75 on the 30-day average. According to Go Collect.
Not great.
Go Collect's easiest to use, so that's why we went there. But you would think you can get up to 9.0, 9.2?
Yeah, 9.0, 9.2, hopefully.
You're looking at 109 to 115.
Yeah, that's fine. It's when you break down the price, it's $30 a book, so it'll be $50 a book pretty much.
Even after the grading fee.
Even if I hit 8.0, it's 7 zeros. I don't care.
Yeah, well, the grading fee is only going to be well, actually, I don't know what it's going to be on site.
20.
It's going to be normal, but you don't have to pay shit because that's the thing. When you are mailing to CGC, the shipping cost is expensive as shit. Because you got to pay for the returns. Apart from whatever you pay to ship and insure your books to get there, their FedEx charges to get it back to you, it's like $100. Like it's usually pretty expensive.
No shot on sending it to PSA. I saw their labels, Matt from.
Well, it looks like the cards, right?
Oh no, it looks worse. It's fucking.
Does it? Well, I don't like the way it looks on the cards. I don't want to know.
Yeah, it looks like shit. Yeah, corner scuffing. I know, but they also said.
Oh, that's right, corner scuffing.
They said strain on the fucking. Oh my god, strain on the inside of the fucking book, spine strain. Like the book was opened.
All right, so we'll see how your books turn out.
We'll see how those 2 books turn out. Those are 2 that we're going to add into the rotation. I actually I'll get a small box and I'll start putting them in there so we can send them out for pressing. We'll keep adding books every week.
For week 1, I took a different angle.
Hold on, real quickly. We might submit a lot, and we might ask you guys to decide between books which ones not to submit. Okay.
Yeah. No, we're gonna keep it fun. We're gonna keep it light. We're gonna keep it fun, and
okay,
go over this. But like I said, I took a different angle on this exercise going into week 1. I did not choose 2 books that I find similar. I'm not looking to get rid of either of the books that I chose. But I decided to choose 2 books that have very, very low census numbers, and I will show you how low they are when I give it to you in the deck. But the first book that I decided to possibly bring to Baltimore is a book that I actually bought off of Styx. Styx saw one of my yearly, right around New Year's, I go, these are my books I'm hunting for the year. This is my wish list for whatever year it was. He saw I had one of these books on there. He's like, I got one if you want it. We talked about it, and I purchased this Cobra 19, this 1 in 10 Baroness cover because I really, really wanted it. He had it since it came out. It is in really good shape. And again, the census numbers are very low. I'll show you the second book. Do you want to see the second book now, or do you want me to run
really
through
good shape? What's really good shape?
I'll show you in a second.
All right.
Do you want to just show you the second book now?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. All right, I'll just show you the second book now so we don't have to pull up me on the large screen again in the middle of things. The second book is a book that I actually found at LCS near me, Stormwatch. If you guys know the shop or know the owner, Stormwatch, Bob, good dude. Found it digging through the dollar bins. This is an ash can I pulled out of the dollar bins, and this is the Gore Shriek 6.5. Also in very good shape. Which else again? I'll show you pictures in a minute. Granted, it is like on sort of newsprint, so it does have a little bit of a age showing on it. But I'll show you those books in a second. Again, very low census numbers on both. To the point where here we go. Add to stage. Let me show you first. This is a picture and a scan of the actual picture of the actual book that I would be possibly submitting. I do have close-up pictures on the spine, and I'll get into the details of the little defects that I do see. Maybe I can try to press it. I don't know if I should go with a professional presser or try to do it myself and dust off my own press, because I have pressed a book or two in my time. I have destroyed a book or two in my
You should
time.
make sure you try to press out all color breaks.
Just to be fair, you guys remember first Cosmic Ghost Rider?
Thanos.
Yes.
Thanos 13?
Yeah, that's 13.
Yeah, it has a color rub on the back. Well,
How could
I
you?
managed to press and sell the very first 9.8 of that book that actually sold, but I also fucked up my second copy and pressed it to the point where I just had to sell it raw for like $60. Mistakes happen. Point being,
Mistakes were made.
yeah, I'm not going to zoom in on this. I'll just give you a sense again. I told you the census is low. There is only 198 of this book. There are 496s, 694s, 292s, 290s, and 180. There are only 16 graded copies of that Baroness book in the census. So, where does my copy fall on this ranking? Again, you can also see the actual sales here. Best offer on $900 on a 9.6 was the last sale. That was back in May. Before that, the last sale was a 9.4. Best offer $800 in 2023. So this book doesn't sell all that often either, because it's not that easy to find of a book. But I'll show you. Here we go. Here's my first concern. There is a little indentation here on the top corner. You see it right in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a little dent. I think that could be pressed. I don't think
Stable
it
dent.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Little stable dent.
It would still be able to be pressed, probably.
It might not be too bad. The other side, you can see the other corner's pretty sharp. I mean, it's a little, I don't know
Can't
if
see
that's
the logos there.
the background or not.
For the
but
background, that looks like the background.
It might be the background.
That's
I
the
think
background.
The other corners are pretty sharp. It's more the spine side that I had my concerns on this book. But what the hell? Why did I do that? All right. Anyway, we'll go to the bottom half now. On the bottom half, the spine was pretty clean. I didn't really see. There's one little thing right here, maybe a little break.
Yeah, it looks like
Slightly
color.
right in this area. And there's a tiny bit of a.
There's a dot.
This little dot here.
Mm-hmm.
And then that
Black
There's
cover.
that on the
Black
bottom.
cover stuff.
Wait, is it on the bottom or is that the? I can't tell if that's the background again.
What, down here?
Yeah, that could be the background.
It's like a little. I don't want to say it's not like a spot. It might just be a reflection. It could be a little rub. It might be a tiny bit of rub off of the black.
Rub, or it could be the pages that we're showing. Yeah.
No, because even I can see it a tiny bit when I look at
Okay.
my live copy next to me. But again, you can see the corner sharp. So the corners are sharp on this thing.
What sharp corner?
What's up?
Well, that must be the background. Why would you pick a background that's got white spots?
Because it's a cutting board that I had handy.
Jesus
I used to use it for.
Yeah, that corner looks a little weird for sure.
It looks blunted if you did color breaking, but it might not be.
I don't know.
Yeah, or it could be a dot, or it could be part of a dot. Who fucking knows?
No, it doesn't matter. All right, I'll use a different background the next time I do this. But let's go to the back of it, because I did have a concern here.
Two
concerns on the back. We'll go up to the top here first. We got the top corner. There's this little wonky bit that could be pressed.
Yeah, pressy.
Yeah, that's pressed. That's not, doesn't break color. That little wonky
My back's
bit
wavy
there.
as shit, anyways.
But yeah, and then right in here, like,
yeah,
it's not flat, but it could. This again, I don't think it breaks. So that could be pressable, but you still see there's still a little tick here near the spine.
Yeah, there's a tick there, and
there's a little rub.
Yeah, by the staples.
There's a little rub by the staples. So
yeah, it's all right.
I don't know where this thing would end up. I would hope I could still get
There's a break right there. There's a color break right there, right to your left. Nope. Back where your thing was to your left, right there. Yeah.
There's a little scratch of some sort.
Yeah.
But again, 9496, I'd be fine.
Oh no, I think 9.2. Get out of here, dude. This is better than a 9.2. Well, let's see if the odd side bump's still alive, because those Avenger books could be 9.4s.
Sticks,
for the press.
You know how much this book sells for raw? Go find one. I'm not going to tell you what I paid Sticks. That's between me and Sticks, but I think it was a fair price. But that was book 1. Book 2, which is, again, I showed you that ash can of the Gore Shriek. I will also give you some close-ups of some of the little minor issues here. But again, this is another very thin census book. 198, 196, 294, 592.
Did you say who did that? Did you say why it's important?
Oh, well, this is like what is it? Capullo. Early Capullo on the but he did not do this cover. This cover, I forget who the hell did this cover. Can I scroll back? On this doesn't signature's not in there. But again, this is not approved for sale. This is like a little freebie giveaway. There's not a lot of these things out there. Oh, it's a Gurch.
Oh, Gurch.
Yeah. I know, like it's a bit of a cult following.
Good old Gurch.
Good old Gurch. But again, there's still only 19 of these graded. And again, they're a smaller size, ash can size. And you can see an 8.5 last sold in April for $1,200 for an 8.5. And then, there's some sales from years before. So, can I get an 8.5 out of this? Let's take a quick zoom in look. It's pretty clean, like sharp-wise. Again, it's like newsprint style, so there's not, you can see like the little printer dots or whatever you want to call them. I don't know, like the textured bit like at the top, but as far as near the spine, like there's nothing really major going on here with this one. It's just those little bits. It is newsprint, so it is got a little yellowing, a little aged look to it. But again, there's no real color breaking to there. Might be like a little bit of a tick there, but it's hard to see on this. There's a little bit of a here near the staple. You can see a little bit of a grimy scuffing, I guess, of sorts.
Fingerprints.
But it's still not awful. And then the other side, again, the corners are still pretty sharp, as you can see here. Like, boom, nothing wrong here. Not a lot of dirt or anything. This was just squeezed down in between two books when I was digging through the dollar boxes. It was just buried in there, wedged in. I don't even know why it was in there. I was like, it's mine. And then we got the back. So we also got a Gertz back from 89. And I think there was a couple little things on the back. Pointing out here, right here at the top, you can see there's a little bit of a little dent. But it doesn't break color because there is no color.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I could probably press that out if we're to give that to a presser. And then, again, here's the staple. I mean, there's a little action going near the staple, but not too bad. And that's it. So could I get an 8.5? 8.5 is $1,200.
Yeah, you could.
I dare say I would hope to hit the 9s with this one. I know, 9.2.
Yeah.
We shall see, but that's the angle I decided to take with our first.
That's good. Those are two good books to go at it.
Is look for thin census books. So
I just stand with awkward books that have different wraps on it. You decided to go with the all-in big book.
Yeah, I figured why not for the first.
That's good. I think that'll be a good rotation. Good.
We'll mix them up, and we got different stuff, all kinds of different stuff we can go with in the weeks ahead. But look at that. We're done before midnight.
Should we do the 5 things? We forgot to put it in there. Should we do the 5 things when you're group hunting not to do?
Really quick, before you do that, at Heroes Con, the on-site grading for a modern book was $40.
Ooh.
And then you have a discount if you're a member, like the 10% and the 20%.
Yeah, 20%.
$4.
So if you pay the $300 for the membership fee, then you get the $8 off. So it'll be $32. So it was.
Or you pay the $25 fee and you get
save $4.
You save $4.
$4, yeah.
Yeah. So $36 for.
Also, I wonder if you do, because you know how they do the other membership is like $150, and then they give you $150 in credit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get the credit on site? or do you only get the credit when you mail them in? Like, how
Well,
would they know?
That's
you
for
get it.
grading.
Yeah.
You get the credit for grading, so it shoots
Yeah,
you
but
in.
I wonder if would they know, like, would their systems recognize? They're not the most sophisticated.
I've done it before for when they used to do the 3 whatever. I did it before on site, and they gave me the discount on site.
Okay, that's what I was debating. I was like, because otherwise it makes sense. I mean, you're going to pay 150 for the membership, then you're going to give 150 in credit. So as long as you spend at least 150 bucks in grading, it pays off. Otherwise, you pay 25 bucks, you get nothing. That's it. All right, you want to do your 5 things?
No, I mean, I don't know. We could do it next week. We'll put together a little thing next week about it.
Yeah,
I was traveling. Like I said, I travel around. I put together 5 quick things while I was traveling of what not to do when you're traveling in a group of guys. Believe me, spoiler alert, one is the food stop. But like, we didn't do that. We didn't.
One is the what?
Food stop.
Oh, you don't like stopping for food?
No.
Ever?
Go.
Not even just once?
Only when you get gas. You get gas, you can get food. That's it.
Yeah, well, it depends on how long your drive is.
No?
Well, we could talk about it next week, but I'll tell you,
because
when I had to go to my
gas,
goddaughter's graduation, we only went to DC, which is only like 2.5 hours, 3 hours drive. Me and my buddy, we did stop on the way home to get dinner, and I'm glad we stopped because it was delicious.
Dude, you know what sucked was like this time when we were traveling, the internet went out a lot of places, so they wouldn't accept credit cards.
Oh,
so we had to go to cash. Well, I mean, it wasn't.
Wait, when was it? Was it during the CrowdStrike thing?
Must have been
Friday. Was it Friday?
Yeah.
Well, Friday the CrowdStrike thing is because I went to work and we couldn't do shit like all day because like a lot of systems were down.
Somebody also ran a red light and killed some young lady at Mother 2, and that backed us up a little bit too, which kind of sucked.
Jesus.
Oh yeah. It was a tough trip out. But it was fun when we got there. It's definitely fun when we got there. All right, cool. So we will go over some more of those books that we're going to send out to grading. I think we're going to call it now. Good luck to everybody out there. Make sure you tune into all the great content we have this week.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
I think I got a video game show over on Toy Informer tomorrow.
Sweet.
I have no comic show until we do the Hot 10. I got to split my time. So the next like a month or two, I got to figure out how to balance.
What time is the Hot 10, Pete? When does that come on?
9 o'clock on Fridays. Every Friday 9 o'clock on the button. Article and
not
video.
9:05, not 9:04, not 9:30,
not 9 or whatever. We do not take weeks off. We give it to you every week.
Rennavision.
That's right.
Favorite content creators come to create their content.
And with that,
saying it for years.
We'll see you all later.
Thanks for hanging out.